people. Y'all up in here waiting. Will y'all jump down in the comments for me? Say hello, say good morning, introduce yourself so I can say hello to you guys. I'm glad y'all are interested in this conversation. So I think it's so, we're going to have a great stream this morning. Ride with Ghost Rider, baby. You know what I'm saying? This episode number 36, man. You guys who rock with me, man, looking forward, man. Y'all look out for that Tax the Rich tour is coming soon. You know what I'm saying? When we get to 10,000 subscribers, which should be soon, we'll be able to do our merch store and we'll have the Ghost shirts. You know what I'm saying? The Tax the Rich shirts. That Tax the Rich tour is coming soon, man. Y'all look out for that. Man, this morning, I would like to say, I'll start off by saying, man, ICE is the hot conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's so tempting for me to do a live stream talking about the activities and the actions of ICE in our nation because it's so important. For me, as an American citizen, someone who loves my country, I can honestly say as a patriot, as a veteran, I could say, man, it's very disturbing for me to see the images that I've seen in Minneapolis. And I think President Trump he agrees with that. I think President Trump has seen the light and he's decided to, you know what I'm saying, dismiss Greg Bovino, who you guys know I call Gomer Pyle, and insert Tom Homan, who is more of a professional, has more experience, law enforcement experience, because that's what you need. You need law enforcement. You don't need masked men in BDUs and camouflage killing Americans. That's why that's why I emphasize killing Americans. Because number one, Border Patrol or ICE isn't really supposed to be doing the job that they're doing in Minneapolis. So, you know what I'm saying? If they were, and then number two, the price of an American life to us is important. You see what I'm saying? President Trump, one of his sworn duties is to protect and defend Americans. So it's really disturbing to see, you know what I'm saying, federal agents in those situations happen. But we're not talking about that this morning. President Trump trying to turn the page in a speech an hour last night or yesterday. He said that, you know what I'm saying, he did an interview right before. He says he's trying to de-escalate the situation in Minneapolis, which I think is much needed. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to pray for that situation. We're going to pray for Mr. Alex Peretti, and we're going to pray for Miss Good as well. You know what I'm saying? And pray for our nation, pray for our president. Man, Donna, what's up, my boy? Good morning. Good morning. If you guys have not liked the video, I ask that y'all double tap the screen for me, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. What's up, Sosa? What's up, David? You know what I'm saying? So, guys, if y'all have not liked the video, I ask that y'all like the video, man. I would say the live stream this morning probably would be favorable to you MAGA people. You know what I'm saying? But look, this is what I'm saying. The Democrat, when I do a live stream that's favorable to MAGA people, like, you know, my Democratic friends, they'll get mad and they'll get upset, feeling some kind of way. They get in their feelings, you know. But lately, I just was talking about ICE, and I was talking about how it's disturbing to see federal agents killing Americans. Whether you say murdering Americans, where you say it was a justified, whatever you call it, they're killing Americans. That's disturbing. And it's disturbing on the world stage. You know what I'm saying? But I just speak the truth as an independent. And right now, what I'm trying to tell you guys is utterly important right now to live in reality. And the reality of the situation, and I know some of you guys do not understand the complexity of geopolitical situations and world politics. I'll try to explain it to you on a dummy level. But it's very important that America exerts complete dominance on the world stage right now. Very important. Like, guys, so I'm going to get into a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and introduce some information to y'all, okay? So my source for this information, you could go right to Wikipedia or get any kind of AI information, because this is well known in international relations. which is officially called the Liberal International Order, also known as which most people will know it as the rules-based order. It consists of a set of global rule-based structured relationships based on political liberalism, economic liberalism, and liberal internationalism since the late 1940s. More specifically, it entails international cooperation between multilateral institutions like the United Nations. That's what we're talking about this morning. The United Nations, the world order. That's what the world order is. Y'all hear the world order, y'all think of some spooky, oh, it's the world. Nah, that's not. You guys, let's get to reality this morning, okay? The United Nations, the World Trade Organization, International Monetary Fund, it consists of human equality, freedom, the rule of law, and human rights, open markets. That's what we believe in as Americans. Security cooperation between NATO allies, the United Kingdom, between Israel, America, promotion of liberal democracy, and monetary cooperation, the American dollar. The order was established in the aftermath of World War II, led largely in part by the United States, and I could say almost all in part of the United States. I'm up here in the Hudson Valley. Shout out New York, man, Empire State. Right up there in New York City, bro, you got the United Nations. New York is the capital of the world. You see what I'm saying? This is what I mean when I say the world order since World War II. Since World War II, you had the United States as a major, emerging from World War II. And you guys got to think, listen, over 150 million people, listen to me, open your ears. 2 world wars. You're talking about in a world where they didn't have that many people as we have today. They didn't have the weapons that we have today. Over 150 million people died because there's not an order. There's no leadership. Understand this. Like in the world, good morning, guys. As y'all come in, please double tap the screen. Y'all have the conversation amongst yourselves. I'll get down there with y'all in just a second. Listen, in the world, there's no police to call. So when the Iranian people, imagine if that was you, you don't care about Iran, you don't care about the Iranian people. This don't have nothing to do with Democrats. This don't have nothing to do with Republicans. This has to do with human rights and what's right and what's wrong, what we believe in as a Christian nation. That's what that has to do with. So imagine if you was living in Iran and you had an oppressive government who's taking all the money that they receive and they spending the money on weapons, fighting fruitless wars, trying to destroy Israel. Imagine a different future for the nation of Iran. A future when they operate with Israel, such as Qatar, such as Saudi Arabia. It's not just about cooperating with Israel, but they have peace. They're not threatening to demolish or destroy America. They're not trying to get a nuclear weapon. I'm talking about Iran, a 1960s Iran, where women are being oppressed. That's what I'm talking about. But say if you was an Iranian citizen and you want to protest against your government. That's why it's so disturbing. I'm saying to see ICE and Border Patrol killing American citizens is so disturbing to see that. But I'm saying in Iran, they killing people by the thousands. And they don't make it look like it's no accident. They openly executing people by the thousands. Who do you call? That's the question. There's no one to call. You don't have no world police. See, in America, we're so blessed. We lived in the richest nation on earth. You know what I'm saying? So in America, if we have a problem, we have so many people that we can lean on and depend on in our government, the police, the courts. We have a voice. We could get out there and our Congress people and our representatives, this the United States. But I'm saying, what if you was in Venezuela and you've been oppressed? You could be like Miss Maria Machado, win the Nobel Peace Prize, and finally get the ear of President Trump. Good thing that Americans was interested in that oil. Because I'm saying there's other people in other nations that are being oppressed. This is about humanity. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to tell you guys that. Let me litigate my case. I'm getting to where I'm going to. On the world stage in the world order, there needs to be a power or a structure. Okay? So World War I, World War II, there wasn't no structure. You had Germany became a world power. You had a bunch of nations that were powers. The United Kingdom during that time was a world power. There was no structure. There was no structure. After World War II, there became a structure. And the structure was the United Nations. These when all these organizations, that's what I just told you, was formed. The United Nations was formed during this time. The World Trade Organization, International Monetary Fund, Human Equality, freedom, rule of law, and human rights, open markets, security cooperation. I'm saying we've had wars. I mean, think about how many people on the earth, how many nations, people going to conflict. We've had wars since the 40s, but I'm saying we've had nothing where it's like hundreds of millions of people are dying. Nothing like that. We've had nothing like that, thank God. And that's what I'm saying. That's because there's a order. The nature of the LIO, as well as its very existence, has been debated by scholars. The LIO has been credited with expanding free trade, increasing capital mobility, spreading democracy, promoting human rights, collectively defending the Western world from the Soviet Union. Who defending the Western world from the Soviet Union? NATO? Western Europe? I'm telling you, that's the world order. Guys, what I'm saying this morning is that world order that we enjoy from World War II, America and the Soviet Union, they emerged as the world powers, two world powers, the United States and the Soviet Union. That was the world order. 1980s come, Ronald Reagan gets elected, and the world puts pressure on the Soviet Union to break down that communist empire and to join the free world. And I'm saying since 1980s and Ronald Reagan, all the way up to just recently, let me get there, America has been the dominant and the only superpower ruling on the world stage. We have enjoyed great wealth and prosperity in our nation and across the entire world. That's what's been going on. You guys don't think about that. A lot of people don't care about that, but you guys need to understand what's going on now before we start talking about Iran and current events. And you just a Republican and you a Democrat and you just speaking out, we getting a little history lesson on why we gonna do what we gonna do and why America's positioning the way it's positioning. Now, the world order, we understand this ain't no crazy stuff that you read on a Halloween story or nothing like that. You understand what the world order is. Now we're going to the Institute Monetaire. That's our source, okay? 2022. In the years leading up to Russia's second invasion of Ukraine on February 24th, 2022, Vladimir Putin repeatedly announced the end of the unipolar war and a dawn of a multipolar war in which Russia would play a major role. See, guys, this is what happened. This is what happened for almost 40 years since the 80s, 2007. Russia was like, hey, we tired of American dominance. We tired of America ruling everything. We tired of that. And Russia said they wanted to play Vladimir Putin in 2007 in the speech. Listen to me, I'm giving you the game. Y'all give it to me. Y'all tell me Ghostwriter ain't giving y'all the game this morning. So America's the dominant power in the world since the 80s when the USSR fell. There's no other superpower in the world. Okay? Maintaining the world order. In 2007, Vladimir Putin said, nah, we tired of this. Unipolar world. That means America running things. And he wanted a multi-world in which Russia will play a major role. He began in his infamous speech to the Munich Security Council in 2007 when he declared one state. And of course, first and foremost, the United States has overstepped its national borders in every way, adding, I am convinced that we have reached that decisive moment when we must seriously think about the architect of global security. So what Vladimir Putin is saying, due to America's invasion of Iraq in part and other American interventions, I would say, on the world stage, Vladimir Putin said, hey, I know Russia, we promised to be democracy, but that was Gorbachev and them. That's not me. Vladimir Putin is saying we want to go. We're not going. He's going to try to reunite the USSR. We see it obviously with the invasion of Ukraine, but he giving a speech in Munich Security Conference. He's saying, like, America being the only power in the world, we not with that world order. What Vladimir is saying, there needs to be multiple powers with Russia being one. He had a clear idea of what the architect would look like. For many years, the upheld Yeltsin system as the best model, which one post-West order would be the 21st century version of the 19th century concept of powers where Russia, China, and the United States presiding over their respective spheres of influence. Since the invasion of Ukraine, however, it appears that Putin's brave new world order would be a disputed one if there's no rules. Guys, this is what I'm saying. When we hear about the Monroe Doctrine, if you guys are not familiar with it, all my political bluffs down there, y'all know what I'm talking about. This one, President Trump is going back to the Monroe Doctrine, and he's trying to say that America's going to rule on the, you know what I'm saying, the Americas. Russia's going to basically rule Europe, and China's going to rule Asia. You see what I'm saying? He ain't getting that from Monroe. That's what Putin and them saying. That's what Russia's saying. That's what they want to do. Russia wants a world in which it's unipolar, which they just said, where Russia and China plays a major on the world stage. Now, this is what happens, guys. So fast forward a little bit to the invasion of Ukraine. Within that first world order, or the order that we know that we're living under, or we thought that we were living under, or we supposed to be living under, no nation is supposed to redraw international borders, which means you could say every single time the United States has went into a nation and the United States has attacked a nation, they never redrew borders. You think about Iraq, and you could say about our invasion of Iraq or occupation of Iraq or Afghanistan, whether you for it or not, American imperialism, whether you for it or not, one thing for certain, two things for sure, weapons of mass destruction. I don't care about those politics. Republicans or Democrats, I care about American dominance and the survival of America as a superpower on the world stage. That's what I care about. Now understand something. Vladimir Putin, when he invaded Ukraine, he is right now in the process of redrawing international borders. So that world order is done. Get in reality. That old world order is done. Get to reality. Vladimir Putin shattered it. He has redrawn international borders. This is what it came down to. President Trump, y'all, this is important now. He always say that if he was in office, that would have never happened. Who knows? See, that's when y'all political, that left and versus right. Republicans versus Democrats. That's where y'all get to fighting each other. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe so, maybe not. Who knows? What I'm trying to say is President Biden was in office. President Biden's got a choice. So Russia has invaded. First of all, y'all remember Crimea? This spans over multiple U.S. presidents. President Trump had a little foot up in there. You said 2007, George Bush was president, multiple U.S. presidents. So Crimea, he violating international order, but we ain't really that much worried about Crimea. So when he invades Ukraine, and it's been 4 years, okay, so during President Biden's time, President Biden has a choice. Either he gonna send military American troops or NATO troops to stand up with Ukraine and fight directly against Putin and risk starting World War III or risk ending the world. You're talking about two nuclear powers. This is real life. Or he could just support Ukraine from the background like he chose to do, which I think is the wisest move to make. Because ultimately, even if Putin takes all of Ukraine, he expected to do that in hours or days or weeks, possibly. But I'm saying, even if he does, which we cannot let that happen, but even if he does, he expected to do that much quicker than he's doing it. My point is this: Putin has utterly destroyed that world order as we know it. And on top of that, now you have we're in the middle. This has happened in the middle of a brand new industrial revolution, the greatest of our times, in the middle of AI. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-baffling. And we don't understand the moment that we are in our history in the world and how important this conversation and what I'm talking about is. Because what's happening is there's going to be a new order in the world in which the world constructs and conducts their business. And this new order in the world, who knows what it's going to go? Listen, this is what I'm saying. So right now, Putin, with his aggression in Ukraine, that situation, Joe Biden, it happened under Biden. What Biden do? Biden didn't kick Russia out of Ukraine. Putin's not going to stop. On top of that, China, you don't have two powers in the world like you did. Now China has emerged. And China is a very powerful nation with the second largest economy in the world. You know what I'm saying? Some people say that AI, China got that AI on lock, their whole society and many cities. So what I'm saying is now you got three powers in the world. And there's new rules to be made in the world. There's new borders to be drawn in the world. There's new boundaries to be drawn in the world. There's new wars to be fought in the world right now. So since you understand where we at, there's a new order being made. There has to be a new law. There has to be foots being dropped, and there has to be something understood. For Xi Jinping, for China, for Putin, and for Russia. And this ain't got nothing to do with no Republican. This ain't got nothing to do with no Democrat. This got something to do with America. They got to understand there might be a new order in the world. But you better not ever forget that these United States is going to continue to dictate that order. Let me explain something. President Trump was highly upset with the continent of Europe for them being so weak, getting so dependent on Russian oil, and basically giving Putin the money to attack Ukraine. Europe, you did that. That's big facts. Europe got lazy after World War II, depending on American power. That's what President Trump said. They weren't even giving them their correct share to NATO. They got lazy after World War II, depending on America, okay? And they gave Putin the money to do what he did in Ukraine. Europe, you gave him the money. That's facts. President Trump know that. That's what J.D. Vance did. So that's why President Trump is shoo-shooing and foo-fooing them. He feel like the United Kingdom isn't a world power no more. President Trump feel like France isn't a world power. He don't need them. We don't need them. He looking at the big picture. Things done changed. In 1980s, after after President Reagan, great years in American history. You had President Bush, good years in American history. You had Bill Clinton, the roaring 90s, flip on a roaring 80s, some of the best years. I'm talking about the GDP, everything. Republicans and Democrats will tell you that in the 90s with Bill Clinton, America was peaking. But here comes Vladimir. And Vladimir's goal is to shatter that order. Good morning, Titan Brew. And to make a new order where Russia's a power. So now we have Russia reemerging on the world stage as a power. America's not the only superpower no more. And in addition, they made a partnership with another power who's got a much larger economy than Russia. They seem mostly, China, for the most part, they've been a peaceful people, although they've been getting aggressive, in the South China Sea with their neighbors, with the Philippines, getting bullies, saying that they know that America is not, look, think about it, guys. What is America going to do if China attacks Taiwan? Is America ready and willing to go to war with China? Titan Brew, are you ready and willing to go to war with China? That's the question. Joshua, are we ready and willing to go to war with China? We wasn't with Russia. That's the question. Understand where I'm coming from. I done litigated my case about 20 or so minutes. Understand that. The only thing Putin understands is violence and aggression. The only thing Xi Jinping understands, y'all don't agree with me? Let them get out there in Moscow like they are in Tehran and start protesting and see how the Russian government gonna respond to them protests. See how the Chinese government gonna respond to them protests. All them people understand is violence. Understand that. Now, since we got you where we want you, let's explain the actions of the Trump administration. Number one, let's start with Venezuela. You know what Venezuela did? Venezuela showed Vladimir Putin peace through strength, baby. Venezuela showed Vladimir Putin, Mr. Putin, you went into Ukraine and you said you was going to take Ukraine in what, 4 days, 48 hours? And you got your troops on Zelensky's properties. They were on the Ukrainian president's property. You got your troops there. But 4 years later, so you want to be a world power, Russia. You want to be a world power, but we got to show you something. America is dominant. We have to show you. How else they gonna see it? Y'all trying to be nice. Y'all trying to be pretty. Listen, you do not kill Americans. Americans. Renee Good, don't do it ever again. Ellis Peretti, don't do it ever again. It's counterproductive. You don't kill Americans, okay? But now, when we start talking about on the world stage, that's something totally different. We dealing with a much more evil animal than pretty much anything you're going to see in America. You dealing with something way more evil than seeing an unarmed white girl in Minnesota get shot in the head 3 times by a federal agent. There's something more evil than that. You say, Ghost, that's pretty wicked, man. That is pretty wicked. Whether the shooting was accidental or not, I'm not here to play politics. I'm telling you how it looks. It looks wicked. That's why President Trump fired Gomer Powell. Shout out President Trump, because that looks wicked. We can't do that in America. Not to ourselves. But what if you was in Iran and you was out there protesting like Miss Renee, you know what Iran would do? They're not just gonna shoot one girl in the head. Oh, shooting her in the head, that ain't nothing. They'll put that on TV. Turn her around and put 15 in the back of her dome cap. They'll put that on TV. That's not what Iran gonna do. Iran gonna kill hundreds of them. Iran gonna kill thousands of them. Putin, if they doing it in Russia, he'll kill thousands of his own people. He's doing it right now in Ukraine, thousands of his own soldiers. He don't care about human life like that. They don't care about human rights like that. Y'all better understand what we're talking about now. You're trying to give up the power in the world because things are changing drastically right before your eyes. And I'm saying China too. You don't think the Chinese, yeah, we cool with the Chinese money? They cool? Ha, yeah, they cool. Hey, yeah, the Chinese cool. China cars in Canada, the Chinese cool. The Canadians think the Chinese cool. Boy, you think the Chinese cool. Y'all believe what the Chinese believe? Do you believe what the Chinese believe? Get out there in one of them Chinese cities, bro, Beijing. You know what I'm saying? One of them Chinese cities and get out there and start protesting and see how the Chinese government going to respond to that. That's what I'm saying. That's the world we're moving to. So understand in Venezuela, it is very important for America to exert dominance in the world because Putin's seen that. Putin's seen it. She's seen that. That was excellence and precision. America striking them boats. I'm not sure if I'm all the way for that. But what that does is that shows Putin and that shows Xi. It's a different kind of leader you got in DC. And that's just facts. That's just letting them know that we'll pop you in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about President Trump coming out there and saying he gonna take Greenland. Not all the Democrats in here that's gonna get in your little feelings. Let me help you out. Because you just got to go back and ask Titan Brew and then watch the live streams, look at the content. I went hard on President Trump for saying that. And the next day or the day after, he walked back them comments when he went to Davos in Switzerland. Okay? So I went hard on President Trump for saying that he gonna take Greenland. But I'm saying him coming out and saying that after they seen what happened in Venezuela, President Trump coming out and saying that he was gonna take Greenland, when he said that, everybody took him serious. You see what I'm saying? Let me say this to y'all real quick. Before President Trump went and he did what he did in Venezuela, okay? Like he said that about Greenland, he never said about military force. That's utter buffoonery, like Representative Bacon said. But I'm saying him coming out and saying he wanted Greenland or he was going to take Greenland before, ain't nobody really take it serious. But after we seen what he did in Venezuela, and after we seen them boat strikes, and let's not forget the first time he hit Iran, he bombed Iran. That's peace through strength. In my opinion, that's necessary evils. And that's why Ghost says, I am completely for America being completely hawkish right now on the world stage. And I know you Democrats probably won't like that. Y'all probably talk about President Trump and American first, and it won't be popular with Tucker Carlson and with the Marjorie Taylor Greens or the Democrats. They united in this. But I think it's utterly necessary because that's the only language that Xi understands. That's the only language that Putin understands, that America continues to show dominance, military dominance, force and precision and accuracy on the world stage. There's a new order in the world. And in President Trump's mind, the United Kingdom, they're not a world power no more. Why we need you? That's how he feels. In President Trump's mind, France, y'all ain't a world power. What's France? Y'all got a nuke or two? What y'all ain't nothing. He looking at Russia and he looking at China. And I'm saying there's new rules that's being written. The old order, man, is pretty much shattered. Putin is shattered. Putin's not giving up that land that he's taking from Ukraine. He's trying to take all of Ukraine, and it's so important that President Trump does not allow that. He cannot allow that. America has to continue. America has to continue to dominate. Has to. That's the only way. Human rights, freedom of speech, Renee Good. If America's not a domination on the world stage, you're going to see 1 trillion Renee Goods getting shot in the face. I promise you. Y'all, I don't see how you don't get it. Y'all tell me where I'm wrong at. So I'm trying to get you to understand the importance of what's going on behind the curtains. And most people, the average American, just going out to Goldman Sachs and they just living their lives and they just political and they don't understand what's going on behind the scenes. If America isn't the dominant force on the world stage, you'll see Renee Good. It'll be 1 trillion of them around the world, around America right here. Because I'm saying if you allow Putin go to Moscow and do that what y'all doing and do that in Moscow. That's what I'm saying. Renee Good, do that Renee Good situation, that Alex Petty situation. Y'all go out there and y'all do those protests in Moscow and watch how it's going to turn out. Do them in Moscow. I'm talking about you get hundreds killed by the government, if not thousands. Do it in China. The Chinese will stomp on their citizens. Understand that. So seeing that in America is frightening because we're supposed to stand all the way against that. All of this goes together. You see what I'm saying? We're supposed to stand against that. We represent human rights and dignity and freedom of speech. That's why I'm saying we don't need to see Americans down like it's important that it's not Americans down like that. Especially not at the hands of any Americans, because that's not what we believe. President Trump would not tolerate a foreign nation killing. Imagine if Renee Good was shot in the face like that by Hamas. I don't care where in the world. It don't have to be in America. That could have happened overseas in Iraq or Iran. Imagine if Miss Good was shot in the face by Hamas like that. How you think President Trump would have responded? Imagine if Alex Petty was out there protesting in think of a place down there in South America somewhere. He got shot by a government like that. How you think President Trump, big President T, gonna respond? He gonna go loco. We already know what he gonna do and how he gonna be acting. He did that with Iran. It don't matter. So it's important that Americans don't get killed like that. It's very important. It's important that America continues to dominate on the world stage. That being said, I completely support strikes against Iran. I don't support ground troops in any nation. But America bombing, precision, striking out against China's and striking out against Russia's enemies, allowing new leadership to possibly be festered in Iran. If I could advise Secretary Hegseth or President Trump, what I would say is what I would be doing is I would have Israel to have the Mossad. The Mossad is very big. They're very strong. I'll have the Mossad along with the CIA and other organizations underground in Iran working together with the protesters to build something to where they could possibly take over the government with precision strikes from the United States. That would be my number one goal if I was President Trump before I left the White House. I would want to see Iran heading in a new direction with new leadership. I mean, we didn't think it was possible in Iraq. And regardless of how fragile that government is, we at least see that Iraq is something different beyond Saddam Hussein. So what I'm saying is I would love to see Iran become something different beside Khomeini, Kugali, who I want to see the death of Israel, the death of America. Crazy, bro. We need to get rid of that craziness, that nonsense, that corruption. I could see if his people were living like the people in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Everybody from the West want to go to Dubai and Abu Dhabi. I could see if death to Israel and death to America, if they were being blessed like they are in Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, you know what I'm saying, Qatar, you know, we going to give the Americans a $450 million plane. What? I'm talking about people giving away folks. Yeah, they ain't got bread. So I'm saying to see a change of leadership in Iran would be great for the world. I think that would be like knock or what word I'm looking for. That would be the chain link. You breaking the link in the chain, and that axis of evil, the new axis of evil, with China and Russia. And who would you say number 3 is in the access? You would have to put Iran number 3. Imagine you hitting a number 3. And North Korea. And I don't think North Korea is as important geopolitically because its location, especially as Iran is. So seeing a regime change in Iran to me would be awesome, man. And I think it would be great for the world order. You know what I'm saying? If you guys have not liked the video, I ask that y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell, guys. It is so important. It is utterly important. I will get down to in the comments. I want to hear some of you guys' opinions who are thinking different than I am, are coming at this from a different angle than I am. You see what I'm saying? Because in my opinion, like when Russia attacked Ukraine, and I'm saying prolonged period, and they're not giving back that land to Ukraine, in my opinion, I mean, that's Matt's set point. Our key to understanding Putin's vision is his concept of sovereignty. There are, in his view, only 3 or 4 truly sovereign states, which is Russia, China, the United States, and India. So that's what Putin believes. He believes there's only 4 sovereign states. So you know what that's telling me? Any other country in the world is willing to be attacked by. That's what he's saying. He said 4 sovereign states. So Russia, of course, and China, the United States, and India. So there's 3 nations in the world you could rest assured that Putin will not attack, or because he thinks they're sovereign. He say the rest can at best enjoy limited sovereignty, or as Putin told a group of young entrepreneurs in June 2022, there is no in-between, no intermediate state. Either a country is sovereign or it's a colony, no matter what the colonies are called. He went on to describe the 3 aspects of sovereignty: military, politically, economically, technically, and social. Guys, this ain't no story. This ain't no joke. This real life. I'm saying it might be above some people today, but I'm telling you, Vladimir Putin, he's telling us that he only thinks of 4 countries in the world as sovereign. So what that means that every other country in the world is game. He's teaching this to young Russians. Every other country is game and is able to be attacked by Russia at any other time. So understanding that there's a new order, understanding there's a new way of doing things, understanding that America is not the only world power. The world has become unipolar, like unipolar, like Vladimir gave in that 2007 speech in Munich. Since that has happened, it is important for America to continue to exert dominance on the world stage. Because that's the only thing Putin understands. That's the only thing Xi understands. It is of utmost necessity for America to continue to do that. Good morning, Donnie. He says the United States need to divest from most of the world. Imperialism works. Perpetuate charity does not help. Donnie, I completely disagree with that, but I say good morning to you, my brother. Thanks for being here. And I'll tell you why I disagree with that, and I'm glad you said that. to this point, I've explained to you guys, like in a way to where as if I was allied with President Trump and the moves he was making, his vision of the world, or him accepting what Putin's saying. I'm not in agreement to anything that is in agreement with Putin saying 4 sovereign nations in the world: India, the United States, China, and Russia. He's saying any of those 4 nations go at each other, that's the end of the world. That's what Putin's saying. That's why he went in Ukraine. He know you can't attack us because we could send them nukes and the world's over. You're not going to get in a war with China because that's what he's saying. You see what I'm saying? Putin is understanding that. Putin's proclaiming this, okay? Now, since that's established, I'm saying, in my opinion, Donnie, America has shown the world, mainly Xi, mainly Putin, President Trump has been very dominant and aggressive with the American military. Okay, that's what Xi and Putin understand. That kind of keep them at bay. Let them understand who really we still got peace through strength. Like, yeah, it's still an order. America's still doing this. What I'm saying, Donnie, is okay. Now, you shoo-shooed the British, you shoo-shooed the French, you shoo-shooed your NATO allies, you made them feel weak, made them understand that yeah. That's kind of what Putin's saying. But if Putin's saying he don't respect their sovereignty, President Trump he going along with what Putin's saying. That's why he's saying, Canada, y'all become a part of the United States. He might as well say Great Britain become part of the United States. President Trump, if it was up to him, he would take all of everything that Russia to split the world in 3 ways. Donnie, that's pretty much a long story short. Split the world up in 3 ways between China, Russia, and the United States. But that makes no sense to me, number one, Donnie, because if you do that, basically, you're going to still end up fighting China and Russia. You're trying to run from that fight. You're trying to run from that smoke. The world going to end up ending because if it's only 3 powers, China, Russia, from what history tells me is the man's going to end up clashing. That's what men do. Men fight wars for decades. So I don't think that'll work. But say if for the time being, for the now and here and now, if we're going to say that, I'm saying, Donnie, I don't agree with like disbanding NATO. I think that should make NATO stronger. Because in Putin's mind, if all those nations belong to the United States, the United States should stand behind those nations. President Trump going and disciplining them or fussing at them or yelling at them, that's something totally different. They might need that. They probably need that. But I'm saying President Trump shoo-shooing them or foo-fooing them or saying he going to go take their land and doing stuff like that. You can't, that might be okay and look good for Putin and for Xi, but that's a step in the wrong direction. Because you don't want to run China over there you don't want to run Canada over there to China. That's not the game plan. That's not the strategy. You don't want to run the nations that you say would be like, so, and Putin, let's just say, because it seems like President Trump thinking like Putin thinking, am I right or wrong? Don't it seem like he thinking like Putin thinking? So say, if President Trump's saying there's 4 powers in the world, that's what Putin's saying. So like it's 4 powers, it's India, it's China, it's Russia, and the United States. So I'm saying like, America has so President Trump not worried about, you already got Europe and them on your side. So don't let Putin have Europe. That's crazy. How you going to let Putin have Europe? Like you are United Kingdom already with you, Spain with you, France with you, Germany with you. You know what I'm saying? Denmark with you, Sweden with you, Greenland with you. All these countries already with you. So you got them countries, you kick them out of South America, you get so you play their game. And the only countries left in the world that China, listen, y'all gotta let Ghost do this, man. President Trump, y'all gotta give BPS. You feel me? Y'all got Ghost where I'm telling y'all, let Ghost do this, man. Let me do this, man. Let me do this. You gotta understand, bro. If Xi bought into what Putin was saying, and we gonna split the world up in fours. If you couldn't have Ghost to be a president or something like that, bro. Because I'm saying Putin believing that, he preaching that. So he got, Putin, his Xi is boy, so he got to be preaching that to Xi. You see what I'm saying? He preaching that to Xi. Because you see Xi running all over the world. He trying to put Chinese cars in Canada. Xi trying to get influence all over the world. So Xi believing what Putin preaching, you splitting the world up into 3 countries. I sit down with him, I'll play that game, and you know what? It'll be American flag over 60% of the world if we playing that game. If that's the game we playing, what the United Kingdom can do about it? They don't have the strength, they don't have the power. What France could do about it unilaterally? What Germany, Europe together, what can they do about it? They recognize the powers in the world. I think Europe Europe is bound to beat Putin. President Trump don't understand that. Europe got a lot of money. They got way more money than Putin. They could fight him for decades if they don't be weak and they stand up and fight. Europe could beat Putin, but I'm saying you talk about America. So my point is that don't shoo and foo the NATO allies. You keep them on your team. If you going by what Putin's saying, shoot, put a flag in England, American flag in Canada. You don't do it like that, President Trump. You don't do it. You don't bully him. You got to be slicker than that. Give me somebody with President Obama's personality with President Trump's playbook, and I'm going to show you how to do this. You got to be slicker than that. I'm saying you could. I know President Trump saying, hey, man, in order for me to cut those ties, like to stop Canada and Europe from getting over on us and to look out for us first and this new rules-based order, in order for us to do that, we had to be like that with Canada. But what I'm saying, what that can end up doing is if you splitting the world up in 3, according to you giving China all the influence. You backdooring yourself. You hustling backwards. You giving China influence. So, because what's going to happen is like Mark Carney, the Canadian prime minister or president or whatever, saying he going to try to run other countries, European nations, former American allies. They going to be over there with China. They're going to finish giving Russia the rest of their money for Russian oil. That's what I'm saying. That's what's on the table. So it's a delicate dance, but I think it's important for America to maintain or to exert extreme dominance on the world stage at this moment. That's what I believe, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that's utterly important. Global power, yeah. UK is the 6th largest military budget. It is. But what I'm saying, though, who said that? I appreciate that, Dirk, but I'm saying you would say, like, in reality, that the United Kingdom is a world power? On the level of the United States, on the level of China, on the level of Russia. America, look, there was 2 world powers. A lot of us don't remember this. After World War II, 1940s, you had America and you had Russia, or USSR. You had America and getting countries, NATO, to be democracy, and you had Russia and getting USSR getting countries to be communism. It's like the world was split in 2. What I'm saying, what President Reagan did that was so important, he toppled that USSR, and now it was just America. And so from 1981 or whatever, all the way to 2007, or when Putin invaded Ukraine, you see what I'm saying? You had America as being the only superpower, the only dominant power. You say, Ghost, well, the world wasn't that bad from the 40s until the 80s for 40 years when you had 2 world powers. Why you think it'd be that bad right now if you had 3 world powers with China and Russia? I'm saying, who knows what it'll be? But it's changing like it did before. And so since it's changing in the transitional period, it's important that America exerts dominance and look out for itself No, President Trump not taking Greenland by military force. No, President Trump not picking on Carney and the Canadians and making them join America. But I get your point. I get what you're saying. But you just got to have the correct balance on it, because you can't run those allies and your NATO friends. You don't want to run them to China. That's you defeating the whole point. That's the whole purpose. That's what we're doing. You splitting the world up in three. President Trump, he buying into Putin's doctrine. So you splitting the world up to 3 or 4 or whatever. Why you going to run Canada? Or why you going to run the United Kingdom? Don't run your friends away. Keep your friends, idiot. You feel me? You Putin, you make what Putin gonna get? Putin gonna get Ukraine? He gonna get the Czech Republic? He just basically get the USSR together. You see what I'm saying? But you know, we gonna keep NATO and we gonna keep everything in line. You wanna add, if I would add as many. That's why he don't want Ukraine and NATO. I would strengthen NATO. I would start adding country. If I was the United States, if I was President Trump, what I would do is NATO would be my control. I would rule the world with NATO. If I was President Trump, I would try to add as many countries in the world as I could to NATO. Because who is supreme? Who runs NATO? Everybody in the world know when you say no NATO to Xi, he know you talking about America. That's why ain't no country attack NATO. That's why China or Russia has never attacked a NATO ally, because it's America. So that's what I'm saying. If you buying in President Trump, you make it make sense, Donnie. Make it make sense, Titan Brew. If President Trump, if Vice President Vance, if y'all buying into what Putin's saying and what Xi probably buying into, it's 3 world powers in the world. Yeah, that's what it is. Whether you want to accept that or not, it's 3 world powers in the world. That's the new world order. And at the same time, AI and industrial revolution. Look, Ukraine and Russia. Listen, guys, Putin has drones. Putin has used drones to hunt Ukrainian citizens. Putin has used drones to chase down Ukrainian citizens. They're using AI in these world. It's a lot going on. It's big and it's important. But first and foremost, America has to continue to remind Putin and Xi with the only language that they know of violence, that America is the dominant force. I know it's not popular in American culture. I know it's not popular with my Democratic friends, but it's a necessary evil. If you guys haven't liked the video, I ask y'all double tap the screen, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. If anybody want to donate to the channel, man, I would appreciate it so much. Just hit the button with the $ in it, and your donations are much appreciated. My boy Donnie says UK was 90 bill. The Army was only about 189 bill. I said Army, not our whole military. Ha ha. Let's see, guys. Good Christian. What we got? Christian said there's only, but that's what European military contracts, which Trump has been messing with, Europe are going to develop their own moving forward. I think that's what President Trump, Christian, has been looking for them to do. You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of the method and the madness for him getting after Europe and, like, you know what I'm saying, attacking them like that, because he's saying that he thinks the Europeans need to be more responsible for their own security. I mean, we could debate that. Me personally, I personally think, in my opinion, that America should continue, not with the past rules-based order, because I understand that order is not the same anymore. But what I'm trying to say is America should continue with NATO. If that's what they're saying, rules. If you're splitting up the world, well, we already got NATO. You feel that? You don't want the Chinese and those other nations to be influencing Canada and America's allies. That makes no sense. So I think America should continue with NATO, but America should strike out as much as we possibly can, especially when Putin's hands tied in Ukraine. I think if there's ever an opportunity to strike Iran, it's now. We need to hit them, boy. We need to break Iran. I think that'd be great for the world. I think that'd be great for the Middle East. I think that'd be great for America. I think that you'll cut down on a lot of terrorism in the world. But think about how jacked up the world was when you had Saddam Hussein, you had Gaddafi, and you had the Ayatollah. You had all. But I'm saying the only ones left really in the Middle East is Iran. I'm saying that's something that we can affect. Like, we can't change what's going on with Putin and Russia. I'm saying we could work on that. That's going to take time, but a whole lot of backdooring and underground. But I'm saying we can't really change what's going on with China. But what I'm saying, guys, we can change what's happening and what's going on with Iran. So I am definitely for peace through strength. You know what I'm saying? Somebody says no more NATO anymore. Nah, bro, I completely disagree with that. I completely disagree with that. I think the new order that you establish, you keep NATO. If it's not broke, why fix it? I'm saying, listen, you got to understand that America has become great because it's more than just a military thing. It's about trade, your trading partners. I'm saying China is the second largest economy, but those are your rivals, and China stop buying American products or stop sending money to America in a heartbeat. So I'm saying America should rely and continue to rely on Europe. I'm saying you got to restructure and realign those alliances and those relationships. But I'm saying you don't threaten to attack Greenland with military force. That's a bridge too far. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying we understand you might have to redo a couple of things and let them see the reality of the situation. That it's not like America is the only power and everybody fat, dumb, and happy. And while Europe over there sleeping, you know what I'm saying? The Europeans, they have depended on the American and American military power to protect and defend them. I don't think that should stop. I don't think that should stop anytime soon. I disagree with that. I think that'll weaken America for America to move away from NATO or from the Europeans at this time. I think that weakens America. That definitely doesn't strengthen America. You got to explain to me how it strengthens America. Krista says Canada is the only Commonwealth country with a treaty with the United Kingdom. That's true. Let's see. EU doesn't want to trade with the US anymore. And I'm saying that's horrible, Dennis. That's what we're trying to avoid. We're trying to avoid that. We need the United Kingdom to continue this trade with the United States. To increase the trade, not decrease the trade. Increase the trade. So I completely disagree with President Trump's approach as far as going after allies as far as hard as he done. One thing I could say consistent with President Trump, he overplays the hand. He usually right what he's saying. Like, his moves are kind of aggressive. He's a little too aggressive, and then he overplays it. That's what we've seen with ICE in Minneapolis. You got the right policy. We know you need to go find the criminals. You find the two you like, and then he overplays it. You see what I'm saying? And I mean, just, Donnie says, you do realize that just means their bonds and their repayments aren't worth anything. You're wiping away debts for no gain. Don't you know the cost of selling a bond early? That you don't run stuff. Europeans really talk big for not having any power. The Europeans do have power, though. That's what you guys don't understand. I appreciate that comment, though. The power, the Europeans have the power of the purse. That's what I'm saying. Let's look at the world economies. That's what y'all don't understand. President Trump, he's got to keep this in mind. You see what I'm saying? They could stop spending money with you. They could stop buying your products. They could start trading with China, your enemies or your rivals. That's what I'm saying. You're going to end up boosting. If the world's splitting in three, you don't want to boost the other two. You want to boost yourself. So if you America, you trying to make deals with every country in the world like President Trump was trying to do. I'm saying you can't turn around after you do all that work and start stepping on and poo-pooing on people you want to make a deal with. I'm saying he started with the playbook. He did the tariffs on the whole world. I don't agree with that, yada, 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 yada. But you didn't spin the block, bro. And once you spent the block, you got everything set up. I'm saying you don't keep on poo-pooing on your friends. Look at the world's richest nations. The richest nations in the world. Let's look at it. 25 largest economies in the world, according to Investopedia, okay? Come on, give them to me. Give them to me. Give them to me. Who y'all say number one is? The United States, per capita 89,000. Number two, China. Per capita 37,000. You see how much America is richer than other nations? We got there by that rules-based order, okay? Now, if you have to redefine the rules, you still need to have a rules-based order. And I'm saying for us moving forward, if we introduce Russia as a world power, or if they make themselves be a world power and China comes in and make themselves a world power, I'm saying for us to maintain dominance in the world, why not continue with the strategy that you had before that got you number one? Where your economy is over $10 trillion larger than China, and they got four times the people you do. That's why per capita Americans make 89,000 and per capita Chinese make 37,000. That's why. You know whose economy is number three in the world? It's Germany. And their citizens making $59,000 a year. So Germany's economy is a lot smaller than the Chinese economy, but their people make more money than the Chinese. I guarantee you the German markets are more closely aligned with the Americans. That's your allies. Number four, Japan. That's not European, but they're your allies. You see what I'm saying? Number five is India. Number six, what I said, United Kingdom. So out the top six nations, largest economies in the world, two of them are in Europe. Number three is France, three of them in Europe. Number four is Italy, four of them in Europe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Top 8 countries in the world, 4 of the economies are in Europe. In America's 5, Russia economy is number 9, and Canada is number 10. Guys, y'all gotta understand how poor Russia and China is. The average Russian makes $17,000 a year. The average Chinese make $37,000 a year. But y'all consider them world powers, they're not equal to America though. Guys, I understand money all across the world. There's so much money coming from Canada. There's so much money in Canada. I know and understand this. Who we got down there? Euro Scott. We are replacing the U.S. trade. That is the worst thing I want to hear. And that's the worst thing that I fear. Because who you going to replace the trade with the United States with? Bruh, like you see how rich America and powerful. I don't want to see America's economy slip to number 2 ever. Because when it does, it's over with. And I'm saying, like, I understand and what President Trump is saying that, yeah, military dominance, yeah, Putin being dominant, yeah, you need to show your dominance, but not take Greenland, though. You got to understand, he got to play. He understands the rules in the game and what's going on. He understands all that, but you can't take Greenland, though. That's a mistake. That's a bridge too far. Yeah, you got the rules. You understand the game. Yeah, all that's going on, but you don't need to be poo-pooing on Canada that hard. He done hurt Mark Carney's feelings. He hurt the Canadians' feelings. And Donnie, I know that might sound funny, and we might laugh at that, but you see them Chinese EVs riding around Canada, that's not going to look, it don't look funny. It don't look cool. Chinese EVs that close to Detroit? Think of the symbolism. That lets me know that President Trump, everything with him is always the same. He recognizes the problem that a lot of Democrats fail to recognize. Yeah, I'm bringing politics in it right now, so we could come with the political stuff. He recognizes a problem that a lot of Democrats fail to recognize, okay? And then he acts on it. Sometimes the move that he chooses to make is to, like, the moves that he used in ICE, his immigration, to me, they're a little too aggressive. That's why you get the results you do. On the world stage, what he did with Venezuela that aggression is a necessary evil. Him striking Iran, that aggression, in my opinion, is a necessary evil. I just told y'all for the last hour why. That is about America and the betterment of the United States, and has absolutely nothing to do with Republican or Democrat. It has everything to do with China and everything to do with Russia. Them other two world powers. Look at it like this. Say if y'all had like a committee in y'all neighborhood. And say in y'all neighborhood it was you and you had two other people, and y'all were decision makers in the whole neighborhood. You don't have a police force. You don't have a mayor. You don't have a governor. You don't have a city council. You don't have a president. You don't have none of that. It's just one big neighborhood, and you got a power in the neighborhood, and the other two people over there, they got powers in the neighborhood. You know how competitive you got to constantly be with them other two neighbors. Being competitive with them other two neighbors, you don't go poo-poo on, you make business with them other people. The other neighbors, that's how your power expands. President Trump don't understand that. You ain't splitting the world up in three places. You gonna take America, we're about to take over the world. For real. We gonna put American flags all the way around the whole world. We gonna completely surround China, and we gonna completely surround Russia. If this how Ghost was doing it, this is the Ghost doctrine. If you gonna say three powers in the world and it's only three, it ain't what claim does you give Putin to have China? No, I mean Europe. No, Putin don't get to have Europe. The Europeans with us. They've been with us. Why would I give up Europe? That's how we got rich. That's how our GDP is so big. That was why would you change that? I'm telling you, that's a mistake. No, Putin, the Europeans with us. Oh, yeah, we're going to get the Venezuelans, too. We're going to get all the South American, too. And we're going to get Canada, too. Not to the point where you piss off the Canadians and make them go to the other side. Because now you giving up power. You only got two other neighbors. Then you going to have all the neighbors with them. You're going to be the weakling. You're going to be the weakling of the three. That's how you got your strength. So the Japanese, they with us. No, China can't have Japan. What this dude could not? What you on? What you been smoking? Y'all smoking that crack, that good crack. China can't have Japan. They can't have the Philippines. All the nations standing with us. We standing with them. We're not gonna let China attack none of them countries. That's America. That's how you stay powerful. Shoot, nah. China, y'all get you Taiwan. If you end up with Taiwan, if it was me, you gonna have a problem. I'm gonna be arming Taiwan. It's gonna be like Putin with Ukraine. You gonna take a big chunk out your military trying to do that. I'm gonna stand against them on everything. You only got two ops in the world. President Trump, you need to understand that Europe ain't your op. I understand you saying you want Greenland national security, you want American expansionism, you want to compete with China and Russia. A lot of people don't understand that. Donnie, I'm telling y'all this morning, I understand that. I'm telling y'all. As an independent, I understand that his mentality. President Trump saying that there was 11 million encounters with illegal immigrants, so it's probably 15 to 20 million illegals in America, and I got to get in these communities, and I got to get these criminals out of America, these illegals out of America. I understand the mentality. 70% of independents, President Trump, understand that mentality. You don't shoot a girl and a guy. You don't shoot a girl in the head and a guy in the back to do that. Bridge too far. I understand you getting Venezuela. Now I understand him bombing Iran. Now I'm for limited strikes in Iran, no ground troops. I'm for that. But doodling on Canada and threatening to take Greenland is a bridge too far. He always goes too far. And you stepping over them boundaries, that'll destroy you. You gonna have Chinese flags in all your places because he don't know how to play battleship. You giving up all your positions. Why you look, look, so this dude over here, understand, son, this dude over here, he's saying, hey, look, we're going to do A, B, C, and D. We're going to split the world up. Okay, let's split the world up. We already got flags over there. United Kingdom, oh, that's already, they already rhyme with it. Why you going to give up NATO? That don't make no sense. I'm finna take all, okay, look, so we're going to talk about all the countries want to be with us. All the countries want to be with y'all. Who you got? You got Iran? Well, we're going to go rip their flag up while you messing with Ukraine. We're going to go rip Iran's flag up no more, so Iran going to be over here with us, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Iraqi and them, you ain't getting Iraq. Nah, you ain't getting none of that. You ain't getting Israel. You already know Saudi Arabia and Qatar. You know the king, the crown prince, you know, big crown prince over there in Saudi Arabia. You know, they all, Jordan, all of them rhyme with America. Israel, all of them rhyme with America. So I got American flags. I'm going to surround the world with American flags. The border peace, the Abraham Accords, the secretly American flags everywhere. Why he say I'm going to split up the world? We splitting up the world? Okay, so China, you get Taiwan and North Korea. Russia, you get Ukraine and Czech Republic and Georgia and all the U.S. Okay, Russia, you get the USSR back. Okay, China, you could get China will give you North Korea, we'll give you Taiwan, and if Brazil want to be a part of China, we'll give you Brazil. The rest of the world is America. All of the rest of the world is ours. Pinky in the brain. I'm going to take over the world, the whole world. We need the United Kingdom for national security. President Trump, you got to do it different, man. You got to be a pimp about it. I understood the play. So JD went over there. He scolded them. Europeans, this for y'all own good. Y'all need to build up your military to be able to stand up against Putin and for us not to have to come rescue you. If you were strong enough, Putin would have did that in the first place. Okay, JD, we understand your point. We understand your argument. So now Russia has reemerged, and basically President Trump is fussing at the Europeans because they allowed the Russians to reemerge by buying their oil and getting fat, dumb, and happy and lazy instead of producing their own goods. And they didn't allow Russia to become another world power. So that you know, we got to change the international order. It's got to change because instead of America being the only dominant power and superpower, now you got three powers. You got America, Russia, and China. Oh, okay. Yeah. So President Trump saying he want to run from don't run from NATO. That's a mistake. That's how you got so rich. That's part of how you got so rich. You want to divide the world up into three? Okay, it's 200 countries. They get 10 countries. America get 190 countries. That's how Ghost ride. If they want to do it, Putin said his four sovereign nations in the world. So who you going to give India? Pakistanis don't want to join India. Who they going to join? Maybe they join China. You split them. He get the USSR, China get about 5 countries, America get the rest of the world. How I'm gonna let them get, so you gonna get the Chinese, how the President Trump doing it, the Chinese gonna have flag, China gonna be the power. You gonna have China gonna kick America out of NATO. If America's not in NATO, they gonna come up with all the nations in the world. If America's not in NATO, that's what's gonna happen. All the nations in the world gonna be, you got BRICS. Now you got a BRICSO. You got BRICSO. And you got China up there, and I'm saying, like, you gotta understand, like, it's like you understand what's going on, but you gotta finish it though. You gotta finish it. Kristen says, and we just replaced with other countries' ones. We tax the rich more than the poor, but we are stable, so good investment. Look, we need to like super tax the rich, Kristen. That's coming really soon. That's what Big Ghost say. Ghost say we gonna super tax the rich, y'all. We're not gonna just tax the rich. We gonna super tax them, baby. That's the future of the world. That's the future of world politics. Listen, when AI come, and I've told this story like 10,000 times. So you have AI here now, okay? And say you got a Walmart. This is just an example. And say that Walmart had 1,000 employees, right? So now they got AI, you got humanoids, you got all this autonomous equipment and autonomous stuff going on now. What's coming? Like right now, really soon. You guys don't know it. They're already laying people off. You see what I'm saying? They got robots in the warehouse building cars. You see what I'm saying? So Walmart, 1,000 employees, now they only need 400 employees. But you know what happens? They still making the same amount of money. Their bottom line doesn't change. So you have 50 people in the world who owns all the AI or whatever. They got all the money in the world. And ain't nobody else can have jobs. So how you got to give a stipend? The government gonna have to take care of these people. When your unemployment rate get to 15%, the government's gonna have to provide for them. How you gonna provide for them? Tax the rich. That's the future. Kristen, baby, it's coming. You know what I'm saying? Look, Ghost Rider, y'all. Ghost Rider, as soon as we hit them 10,000 subs, make sure if you guys have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys please subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so y'all could come kick it with us every time we go live, man. We hit them 10,000 subs, I could promise you Ghost got that merch coming. You know what I'm saying? The Ghost Rider tees, the Tax the Rich tees, man. Y'all look out for that Tax the Rich tour. Let's see. The billionaires pay for the elections in the U.S. That's a real good point, Kristen. But listen, if it get to the point where you got all the people out there in the streets rioting and throwing rocks and picketing, everybody, you don't understand that. Your unemployment get to 15%. It's gonna look. I'm telling you, it'll look wild and crazy. The government gonna have to do something, come up with something. America's government so rich. You know what I'm saying? We've like America has had presidents before that we've raised the taxes on people. America has had presidents where we've seen the good in raising the taxes on people. You know what I'm saying? America has had multiple presidents in which that has happened. Multiple presidents. So I'm saying, like, if you've seen evidence of the necessity of that, I can see definitely in the future that we can, I could see Kristen tax the rich. It's coming, baby. That's the movement, baby. Tax the rich, baby. Listen, I believe in that in my soul. Economic policy is like, look, okay, here's my mentality. Look, I want to get the scripture for y'all. Here's my mentality. Christian. Christian. Okay, this is God talking to his people. At the end of 7 years, thou shalt make a release And this is the manner of the release. Every creditor that lendeth out unto his neighbor shall release it. He shall not exact it of his neighbor or of his brother, because it's called the Lord's release. Of a foreigner thou mayest exact it again, but thou which is down with thy brother, thine hand shall say, release, save when there shall be no poor among you. For the Lord shall greatly bless thee in the land, thy God, that give thy inheritance. Well, how do we do that? We do that. Do we work and save up and give to the poor, and then after 7 years say, hey, y'all don't owe me no money no more, all y'all debt going free? Like, we don't do that stuff. So I'm saying, how do we provide for those who are less fortunate than us? Kristen, I say this all the time. You go to Walmart, you see a poor person, you see somebody hungry, you see someone with no food. I'm saying, like, do we expect Elon to go to Walmart and feed the poor, or go out in the communities and in the projects and feed the poor? Nah, he ain't gonna do that. I'm sure he donates a lot of money to the poor, but there's a lot of people who got a lot of money who are selfish, Kristen, and they're not paying their fair share. That's just the bottom line. We could call it socialism. We could call it social justice. We could call it, I call it Christian principles. And we live in a Christian nation, and I believe in those Christian principles, but you can't make him obey and apply those Christian principles. We can't make Jeff Bezos donate a certain amount of his money so we can help take care of the poor. That's God's way of doing it. All y'all Christians, all y'all Republicans getting people to donate money to help take care of the poor. What the church do? What does the church do? What y'all do? What y'all passing around in the church? What's that basket for? What's that basket for y'all passing around in the church? Yeah, we're going to spread the gospel. We're going to tell people about Jesus, but at the same time, we're going to feed the poor like Jesus did. That's part of the gospel. Not part of salvation, that's part of the gospel. God said the poor is here in the gospel. Why didn't he say the world's here in the gospel? Why didn't he say he told John the poor is here in the gospel. He giving them hope. And you ain't just feeding them the word, you feeding them bread too. Jesus fed them bread too. I can't help you don't understand the Bible. You want to interpret it how you want to. You can't make Jeff Bezos feed his fellow human. So that's what we do. We take from the rich and we give it to the poor. Ghost gonna tell it to you straight. Tax the rich. I firmly believe in that. It's not robbing them. If you call it redistribution, see, that's why y'all y'all need some spokes. I don't care what you redistribute. Man, Dami didn't care. Man, Dami didn't care. He gonna tell you what it tax the rich, boy. We gonna make lives better for the citizens of New York by taxing the rich. We gonna make lives better for the citizens, and he started doing first day in office. He went to Governor Hochul. They started working on it first day in office. How life is going up here in Big NY compared to how life going down there where you from? How life going up here in Big NY for the citizens of Big NY? What's the economies? Let's look at state economies. Let's look at state economies. Top economies, top state economies in U.S. Yeah, let's look at the state economies. Who y'all think? 50 state economies. 50 state economies. 50 state economies. Number one. Who y'all think number one is? Big Cali. Big Cali. The GDP per capita, 100,000. 2024, 104,000. Big Cali. Y'all can hate on, listen. This is where me and Joe Rogan don't get along at. I get along with Joe Rogan on almost everything he say. This is where we don't get along at. Because they be hating on Governor Newsom. I don't feel the same way. Per capita raised $4,000 per person from 23 to 24 in California. Number one, Big Cali. Texas, number 2. Y'all hear me talk about Governor Abbott all the time. I be saluting Governor Abbott. I like Governor Abbott. I'm independent. Number 3, Big New York. Tax the rich. Y'all get Texas. Number 4, y'all get Florida. But you know who number 5 is? Big Illinois. Tax the rich. Number 1, California. Tax the rich. Number 3, New York. Tax the rich. Number 5, Illinois. Tax the rich. Out the top 5 economies, you see what I'm saying? 3 on blue states. They ain't doing too bad. California economy ain't doing too bad, is it? Y'all saying, oh, you tax them, all the rich people going. Where the rich people going? They ain't left. Where they still in California? Where all the rich people are still in New York? They ain't going nowhere. Tax the rich, baby. I believe in it, baby. Christian, I believe in that. My whole heart, tax the rich. I think it's a necessary evil. Saying just like I believe the United States exerting dominance on the world stage, especially right now with China and Russia, I think that's a necessary evil, man. If y'all haven't liked the video, go ahead, double tap that screen for me. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell, guys. I'm promoting channel memberships. You know what I'm saying? Channel memberships start at $2.99. If you guys want to become a member of the channel, that's the best way you could donate to the channel. You can hit that button with the $ in it, and your donations are much appreciated. My girl Kristen say, if you turn the light off at the end of the tunnel, nobody is going to try to find an exit from their financial situation. And that is true. Unless you're a fighter, though, Kristen, some people still fight through that. Some people going to fight through that. I'm saying, like, I've been in situations, Kristen, when there's no light, but you see that light behind me, it's like the light of Jesus. It shone through the darkness. Real talk. If you keep your eyes on Jesus, you'll never lose light. Sometimes the light gets turned off. But if you focusing on a man-made light or a physical light, then yeah, you're going to be in darkness. But if you focused on a light that doesn't shine from a man-made light, then you see what I'm saying? It's like Jesus give people hope. The opposite of hope is not Jesus. Jesus is the hope. He gives them hope. And so if you stay focused on Jesus, that's like Peter. When he was walking on water, you got to have faith in something. You see what I'm saying? Your faith got to be in something. I don't know about an easy route, Kristen. I'm not too sure about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too sure about that. I like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's too funny. If God loves us, then why did he flood the world? I'm saying I wasn't trying to do no Bible lesson in here today, but I'm saying, like, if you love your children, why do you spank them? If you love your husband, why do you get mad at him? I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? It's just the way you look at everything in life is about how you looking at it. And if you can't come to the right conclusion on something, it's probably because you got the wrong perspective. You looking at it wrong. There's a lot of things that happen in life or in the world that it's counter explanations for. It's just the way you looking at it. Yeah, the corporate tax rate needs to be at 28%. That's facts. And if you don't know, I mean, you just don't, some people don't know anything about but look, as much money, the way he decided to raise money, do A, B, C, D, and E, F, G, I'm cool with that. But I'm saying, well, what he doing And the way he has grown the U.S., yeah, I'm cool with whatever. He could do all that he did to raise the money in the U.S. economy. But when he doing that, yeah, that corporate tax rate would be at 28%. And y'all just lucky because I ain't finna cut your taxes. I want 2% of your wealth. I want 2% of your gross, what you make every year. If you make over $100 million, yeah, we coming for you. We coming for you. Them shirts coming, y'all. 2026, y'all look for them. By springtime, tax the rich. Your boy Ghost Rider get the 10,000, so I need to go ahead and order them. I need to order me a couple of them Ghost t-shirts. Them Ghost tax the rich shirts, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all go get tight, brew. I want to see you. I want to see y'all post it. I'm going to come to y'all YouTube pages, y'all Instagrams, and I want to see y'all post it up in them Ghost t-shirts. Tax the rich, baby. Coming soon. Oh, my mama. Oh, my mama. Man, let's see. I'm trying to get. I definitely gained a sub here. I may not agree with everything said, but the fact that you're listening and discussing everything peacefully, as if we are humans, did much the world, much. I appreciate that so much, Zachary. That's what I try to do. You feel that? You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to do. I think as humans, that's what we all need to do. Peaceful conversations. That's why I'm never for any kind of murdering or killing of some. I ain't for none of that. You know what I'm saying? When you're too aggressive, you can't have no conversation. And if you have a conversation, it's gonna be 7 people beating up on one dude, beating him in the head. Your heart in the wrong place. Their heart is in the wrong place. That's not how you do it. You don't shoot Americans under no circumstances. Will Ghost ever be for you killing an American? I'm not for you killing anybody, really, but there's necessary evils. Like, I think if in Iran they finna slaughter 3,000 people or 30,000 people, excuse me, you could kill 100 people. You go ahead kill 100 of them. Would have been took them out, but you're scared about who gonna step in once that one gone. So I'm saying you need the Mossad and the CIA to sort that out, get them protesters in line, and then when they go back and crank it up, you could go ahead and find a way that you could strike them, knock their teeth out their mouth. I'm telling you, you got to keep. America has to keep putting its foot down for Xi and Putin to understand. And you know what I'm saying? Look, y'all remember the Pirates of the Caribbean that I was laughing about? That tanker that was in Venezuela that turned Russian tanker and had a Russian submarine escorting it, and it was running around. And Americans took that. They showed the where you got to keep on, because see, the Russians, they going to back down. If you show them peace through strength, they're going to back down. If it's 2 other powers in the world, I want to run it's them 2 powers in 10 countries, and it's the United States and 200 countries. 200, they'll never challenge me. Basically, with adding China and Russia as powers in the world, it won't change nothing. You just keep the system the same. So the rules based is so instead of it being unipower, it's multi-power. So so now you got Russia and China and America, but it don't matter. Just keep it the same, really. It's y'all against us. And it's a bunch of us, and it's only a couple of y'all. That's why I'm saying India needs to be a major ally of America. I would be like this with the Indians. I would be like this. Where my toes at? I put an Indian flag. I put American flag in India. You talking about soft power? I'll be giving the Indians almost everything 50% off. So, bro, I'd be loving American. Bro, the Indians, they'll be driving Buicks and Cadillacs. I halfway be passing them Buicks and Cadillacs. Bro, I put American, man, there'll be American culture. They'll be out chasing after the American girls. They probably already do. I'll intensify it. India is that's the largest country by population in the world. You know, China number 2. So I'll have India. That's like geopolitical. That's strategical, long term. India, you would put an American flag. They're gonna join up with India. So it's only 3 world powers. India and America, one nation. See, what President Trump was trying to do was right. He just had the wrong methodology. You see what I'm saying? President Trump, what he was trying to do, he was like trying to you know what I'm saying? Establish American dominance, but by being a bully with Canada, they don't understand that. You can't do that with your friends. You got to be slick with your friends. So with Canada and them, to get them right, you got to be slick with them. That's how you get them right. But the Venezuela, you go attack them by force. Iran by force. These other nations by force, because that's showing Putin and Xi what you really about, what you really trying to do. Ghostface says, thanks, Obama. Wasn't a legit thank you. Nope. Was it the third term thing changed after? No, we don't need no third term, though. That's not going to help nothing. He got enough time to establish what he need to establish. He just make sure that situation with Russia and Ukraine is over before he leave, and make sure Xi and Russia are sitting down. Make sure he got Putin and Russia, and if he got Putin and Xi sitting down, and that Russian-Ukrainian thing, when that Russian-Ukrainian thing over with, it's gonna be quiet for a minute. That's my prediction. So you get that Russian-Ukrainian thing over, you get Xi sitting down, and then he could hand the reins to the next person. That ain't going to be no problems. It's just whenever that president come in, he just going to have to come in. You can't look at Joe Biden. Joe Biden ain't the reason that Putin attacked. It don't matter who the president. That's what y'all thinking. I started with that. I don't think it matters who the president was. I think Putin was going to make that move. He gave a speech in 2007. He was preparing to make that move. He was preparing. He's just waiting on the moment. Whether it was Joe Biden or Donald Trump, it don't matter who the president was to me. If President Trump, he ain't got the relationship with Putin he thinks he does. Or should I say it like this? President Trump doesn't have the relationship with Putin that he says he does. He doesn't. That's just facts. That's big facts. You know what I'm talking about? Know what I'm talking about? For real though, because if he had that relationship with him, every time he tells Putin to stop bombing Ukraine, what Putin did, he bombed him harder. He let President Trump know that, yeah, Russia is the other power on the world, and we don't like America. China the other power too, but we really kind of cool with China. We trying to, do everything we can to get rid of American influence. But, China, yeah. But we don't like America, yeah. We feel like, the Iranian kind of Tony, yeah, death to America, yeah. So it's good that America continues to show its muscle on the world stage. Got to do that, man. You know what I'm saying? So if President Trump looked to try to knock off or go in at Iran, man, after a while, bro, I really am not going to be against that. I could promise you that. Not going to be against it. He said Titan Bruce says it's 38 degrees in Southwest Florida before sunrise. Well, man, out here in New York, it's 11 degrees. You know what I'm saying? It was 8 degrees before sunrise. You know what I'm saying? You say Southwest Florida. I don't think Southwest Florida would be the destination for me. You know what I'm saying? It might take me about 3-4 days, but my destination definitely would be San Diego, California. And in San Diego, California, right now, it is currently 6 a.m. and it is 51 degrees. You know what I call that where I'm from? Paradise. I'll repeat that for you guys in the back, the slow ones. In San Diego, California, it is currently 51 degrees. That's windows down. Nah, that ain't windows down. We on the beach right now streaming. 51 degrees, we were streaming in Connecticut in 30. Y'all remember that? At the end of the week, the People Tour in November, It was like 30 degrees, and we were streaming outside in Connecticut. Wind blowing 30. I'm saying it's 50 degrees in San Diego. If we was in Cali, we would be streaming outside. I don't care. I wouldn't even get the studio until I went outside and streamed in Cali. High 70 degrees. Low 49. Low 49. Thursday 76. Friday 74. Saturday 72. That's paradise, baby. Big Cali. Shout out San Diego. Then, you know what I'm saying? You say, oh yeah, it's beautiful right now. What it's gonna look like in April? What it's gonna look like San Francisco in April? That's the thing about Cali. In Cali, you could be on the mountain. Like you see, we got a mountain right there, but I'm saying it's not no beach. And I'm not hating on nowhere in America. Like the Appalachians, it ain't no beach until you go to Cali. Like it look like Bali. You know what I'm saying? You got black sand beaches. You got beautiful sand beaches with the mountains. I'm talking about you getting tropical, like, and you know what I'm saying? You could go all over the redwoods. You could go all the way in Northern California, and you'd be like you kind of in New York with the weather. Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying, 10, 15, 20 degrees outside. Or you could go all the way to Southern California and San Diego, and you guys, he said in South Florida and Miami, it's 38. In San Diego, it's 64, 76. I'm going back to Cali. I'm going back to Cali. Cali got the #1 economy in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just got to know what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm not hating on no state. Look, when I was in Illinois, I had a choice to come to New York or go to the West Coast. I knew whichever side I picked, I knew I was going to be over there for a minute. I knew it. I thought in my mind, if I went out west, I was going to be out there to 2027. I thought if I had a choice to leave one of the two states, I just knew I would be able to leave. Yeah, you laughing. I knew I would be able to leave New York right now. Your boy goes smart, I be thinking. Because, you know, after a while, you traveling, you meeting the states, until you're going to be like, okay, man, I'm going to just set up right here. This setup spot. You know what I'm saying? So I know you get to New York. I've been looking to come to New York. I know New York could be a setup spot, just like Cali would. I already knew that. Everybody who knew on this live stream, now it's the final destination. For 90% of people, that's why they overpopulate. They got so many people in them. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go through Michigan. Beautiful. Shout out Governor Whitmer, bro. That's my baby for life. You feel me? Opening up the parts for a boy. That's my baby for life. She look after people in her state. You know what I'm saying? Not saying directly with me. I'm just saying it is with Michigan, that culture they have in that state. That personality she got, they leader. You know what I'm saying? They got good culture, the government, for the most part, throughout the state of Michigan. I stayed there for a minute, though. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I shed a tear when I left Portage. You know what I'm saying? It was so tight, man, on everything, bro. So after that, you know, I passed through them other states. You know where I'm going to end up. And that's why I've been up here for so long. But I'm saying I showed y'all that snow. I had people telling me about that video I posted on YouTube, that short video with that snowman. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm saying, like, I'm finna show y'all right now. That's still like 4 feet, 5 feet. It's the, you feel me? So I'm saying I knew if I had between the two, New York and Cali, if I was gonna leave, cause see, if like right now, if it's like time to set up, I mean, like I feel like my final destination until 2027, I was gonna spend 6 months of the year in Colorado. 6 months in Colorado. But I know I can't start that Colorado journey like right now. I don't care if I'm ready to go. Like I'm saying, I'm ready pretty much to get an apartment about. You see what I'm saying? I'm ready to go get like a 3-month apartment. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying I can't do that. Like, I don't want to do that in no snow. in Colorado. You feel that? So that's why I knew I had to come to New York. I came to New York first, but it's like, I gotta do California, man. Like, this is the experience of a lifetime. I done went all over America, boy. That's on it. Y'all know you've been rocking with me. You know it's true. I gotta do Cali. I'm saying it ain't gonna be no long drawn we're not gonna tour across America. We're not gonna do that. We might cut the cameras off and do some videos. For that 4 or 5 days it take me, because I'm not trying to record across America. You know what I'm saying? Most of them states I done been through them. You know what I'm saying? But we'll turn the cameras on. We get out west, New Mexico and west. New Mexico, what's happening? What's cracking? You feel me? Colorado, what's cracking? Utah, what's cracking, baby? You feel me? Oregon, what's cracking, baby? You know what I'm saying? Washington. And you already know, Big Cali. Arizona, baby. You know what I'm talking about? That's out west. That's out west. So I already know, brother. Like, I'm an outdoors type person. Tennessee is gorgeous, man. North Carolina, I brought y'all the content. New York, outdoors. Connecticut, outdoors. Michigan, outdoors. Pennsylvania, outdoors. Massachusetts, outdoors. I brought y'all Illinois, outdoors, boy. You hear me? I brought y'all all the content. We hit them 10,000K subscribers. Get them t-shirts. Ghost, text the rich, baby. Where else? I said, where else we gonna go? What what we ain't seen or what we had done to this point. You know what I'm saying? And that's out west, bro. Cali a big part of America, man. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I said that last year that I was gonna go to Cali. But I know I always had aspirations to spend Christmas time, up here in big NYC. I'm saying it's New York City, boy. You know what I'm saying? It's the capital of the world, boy. You feel what I'm talking about? So, like, I had in my mind, that I kick back in Harlem for a couple of months. I ain't saying that's off the table. You know what I'm saying? A kick back in NYC for a few months, that might not be off the table. But one thing for certain and two things for sure. Number one, we going to tax the rich. And number two, we going to make our way to Cali eventually, baby. If y'all hadn't liked the video, y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. I appreciate all the love from all my people. Donnie, Titan, Brew, man. I would love for y'all to become members of the channel. $2.99, guys. We've been streaming for almost 2 hours, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You guys know the routine. I appreciate y'all tapping in, checking in. But I'm here with y'all chilling, man. We could cut up for a few minutes. Y'all just keep dropping the contents. Y'all know I'll step off for a second. When I get back, I'll read a few more contents, see where we at, y'all. Guys, it's like this though, real talk. It's like we either gonna move in one or two directions. We gonna move like towards setting up in Harlem or New York. Maybe not Harlem, but in New York, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Probably about March. So that means that we won't get out west to the summer, man. But I really wanted to get out there in springtime. You know? So, man, if it's up to me and my plans, you know what I'm saying? I say we had, you know, you could look for that Tax the Rich tour in March. It might start before March. Real talk. You see what temperature it is in San Diego. It's in the 70s right now. So all I need is the bread to get on down. And I'm saying we get to Cali though. We indoors. We outdoors, but we indoors. You know what I'm saying? We get to Cali, we streaming 6 days a week. All we doing 24 for 10 hours a day is we streaming and we doing legal work 6 days a week. And we indoors in an apartment, 3-month apartment. That's what the move is that we go out with. Rocking. You know what I'm saying? I'll stream outdoors 3 days and then I'll be indoors 3 days. Plus, anyway, that'll give me versatility to be anywhere in the state streaming. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to keep those cruising with Ghostwriter episodes, but we probably only do 1 a week, 2 a week. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to build those episodes. I had so many different programs on Legal Wars Live, and I never kept an episode, you know? We used to do like how we do Jasmine for Texas. So we on episode 6. You know what I'm saying? We'll probably keep those all the way through the year. But then, you know, I did a lot of stuff like Guilty or Innocent. That's an episode I probably want to bring back. I think we got to episode like number 7 or 8. We stopped doing them. So many different episodes. So that Cruising with Ghostwriter, this episode number 36, we gonna keep that, man. We rocking with that. You know, we rocking with that Cruising with Ghostwriter, you know? Man, I'll say this though, man. I like New York, man. I like New York a lot, a whole lot, man. But definitely, man. Looking forward to California, man. Really am. Somebody said they ready for me to choke on the chicken bone. What chicken bone I'm gonna choke on, man? Hey, Zachary says we have a beach here. It's called an 80-mile beach, and the name suggests it's 80 miles of beach. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Western Australia, man. Shoot, I would love to come to Western Australia, Zachary. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Bro, I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know, going to the next phases of my life. You know, I could say, man, you know, after 2026, you know, and I could say this honestly, with you guys with me in less than, a year starting a podcast. Think about that, man. To go from Houston, Texas, up to Detroit, across to New York City, and then back over to California. That's all of America, right here on Legal Wars Live. I gave y'all all of America right here on Legal Wars, all of America. Starting Houston, I'm saying you get big podcasters, they do it. You know what I'm saying? 100 days, you know, they touch all of America, whatever. They stand in the city for a day or two, you know. Nah, guys. I went to these cities. I lived there. Bro, we've been in New York City for 3 months. We was all over the state of Texas for 3 months. We gonna be in Cali for 3 months. You see what I'm saying? 90 days in the big city. And then in between, you know, we hit Michigan for 30 days. Hit Pennsylvania for a week. Shout out Erie, Pennsylvania, man. Cleveland, Ohio. I had to stop. I didn't have to stop. I could have kept pushing. I did it for the culture, man. I stopped in Cleveland, man. Detroit, you already know. Big Michigan. I told you, Big Rich, that's my baby. You feel me? He like, why he like all these Democratic women, bro? Because they good politicians. We gonna get us a woman president, one way or the other, baby. The hard way or the easy way. 20 degrees of MC. Man, that's what I'm saying. I don't know which way I was gonna go. You know what I'm saying? But I might not touch the south. Like if I ride out, if I decide to ride out, it's gonna be next week. Real talk, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's gonna be next week, bro. It's gonna be like Smash City. I'll let y'all know by next Wednesday. You see what I'm saying? If y'all watch my live streams and come next Thursday, if you don't see me stream next Thursday, you know what time it is. hey, your boy be so excited because see, I'm making the decision. I could just say, man, I'm going to Cali. Man, forget it. I'm just gonna head out. But I don't do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it the right way. You know, I got my health to worry about. I got other things to worry about in my life. You know, so I'm gonna make sure everything lined up and is correct. And if that money hit at the time that it hit, then shoot, like, boy, I'm finna ride. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the living money. This ain't the living money. If you getting living money only, you gonna just keep living. You know, money that helps you better your life, then you gonna better your life. You know what I'm saying? And like me head out to Cali, bro, and like, you know what I'm saying, for me to when I touch down to, you know what I'm saying, get a little studio for a few months, you know what I'm saying, set up business, and I'll be streaming with y'all. Man, that sound like a plan to me. Boy, in Big Cali, for 90 days, boy, you tweaking. Ghost Rider, boy, you know how many waterfalls we finna touch? You know how many beaches and mountains and rivers and valleys and, boy, Lake Tahoe, boy, you talking about Big Cali? Boy, y'all tweaking. You see what I'm saying? Somebody said it'll be tomorrow. Okay, that's cool. I'm with it. Hey, I'm with whatever move you got. You feel me? Because that's what it's going to be. One way, the hard way or the easy way. So tomorrow, the next day, today, it could be right now. When I get out, guess what it's going to be? We going to Big Cali, baby. That's one day, ain't no it. That's all it's going to be. The money already on the table. It's already on the way. This is what it's going to be. You're going to understand that when I tell you that. It's either that or we're going to, you know what I'm saying, do something else that, you know, is beneficial to me and my health. But I'm saying, either way we go, left or right, in the end, you know, Cali is where we headed there. Going back to Cali. Man, upstate New York, Zachary, is gorgeous, man. I'm going to tell you, bro. Like, listen, I'm going to tell you like this. If I was inside, I would have never left Ithaca. If I had an apartment when I touched in Ithaca, I had an opportunity for one too. If that thing would have went through, I would have never left Ithaca. New York's a beautiful state. Why do you think I've been here so long? You think I chose to come this way? It was here in California. And y'all, bro, I had episodes. Legal Wars Live goes to Cali. You know, I was setting up the episode. Bro, listen, I had like 8 bands in the bank. You know what I'm saying? I had already got paid, already made moves. You know how, well, you don't know for you, but for me, like, I get money like in lump sums. You know, I get a stipend every month that I'm surviving off of. But when I get money for real, it comes in lumps. You know what I'm saying? We talking about a $5,000 lump finna drop. You know what I'm saying? So I had got a $15,000 lump, and I had like $8,000 left in the bank. That's like me settling everything. I be blessing my family, taking care of my people. I had $8,000 sitting in the bank, like on my day-to-day life, sitting in the bank. Like I'm spending money every day and it's sitting. You feel that? So, like, bro, at that time, I could have went to Cali easily. I thought it about 1,000 times. But, like, due to the situation I was in with me waiting on something to happen, you know, I had to, I got love for the tech. Like, I had to stay in Texas. So that's why I did the Texas tour, 90 days around Texas. I don't like regret that. Like I got paid a lot of money from Texas. My business, Texas made my business. My business was made in Houston, Texas, boy. So I don't regret that, you know. Like I know I lived in Texas for over 2 years, but you know, I hadn't been to Dallas when I was in Texas them 2 years. You know, I hadn't been to Galveston. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't been to San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? I stayed over there on that side probably for a good month. I hadn't been to College Station. You know what I'm saying? I've been to Austin a lot though, but you know what I'm saying? San Marcos, bro, I stayed in San Marcos for I don't know how long, months. College Station for months. So man, like, you know, spending that time in Texas, bro, that was pretty cool, you know? But then like, I went back to Mississippi, spent 3 months in Mississippi, you know, in Biloxi, man. I ain't sleeping and hating on Mississippi. Biloxi, man, is gorgeous. Real talk, though. Like, it's a beach, man. Biloxi, a cool little town, man. Like, real talk, it's a real cool little town. I know I'm kind of biased because it's my home, but it really is, though. And then from Biloxi, you know what I'm saying? Like, been on tour. You know? I got to New York, I would say what? Like, about October. I stayed in Connecticut for like 3 weeks. I stayed in Michigan for over a month. And all the rest of the cities, I pretty much just flashed them. I stayed in Erie, Pennsylvania. Erie is a beautiful place, man. The peninsula, I was on that peninsula every day, all day. Erie's a gorgeous city, man. I stayed in Erie for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I did my down south thing, Tennessee. I stayed in Tennessee for about a month. You know what I'm saying? I did my down south thing. I did my Midwest thing. I'm up here doing my East Coast thing. You already know what time it is. I'm going back to Cali. I got to do America. That's the whole, I got to tour America. How I'm going to show my West Coast people, how I'm not going to show the West Coast love. If I got to choose a coast, I got to choose the East. I live out there, so don't go there. But that don't mean a brother can't rest in the West. Hey, y'all brothers is a mess thinking I'm going to stop giving LA props. You feel me? You feel me? I'm just being real with y'all. I'm saying, how you going to do a tour and you ain't going to add the West Coast? Like bro, I went to Chicago, Detroit, Nashville, Memphis, Houston, Austin, you know what I'm saying? Cleveland, New York City, and put all the cities in between. I didn't go to Philly or DC, but I'm saying I got the full East Coast experience. You know? I'm saying if I go to Philly, I ain't hating on Philly, I ain't hating on DC. I went to Erie instead of Philly. I'm a beach kind of person. You know, I'm a lake guy. So I chose Erie instead of Philly. I guess I'm going to miss DC. But, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, man, I know Philly fire, man, Philly gas, but it's just what it is. You know, I chose, you know, I mean, bro, listen, you got to understand, what opportunity are you going to have to continually tour America? Like, I paid a cost, y'all. I'm in my car in order for me to do this. This is an incredible journey for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about braving 4-degree temperatures. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't easy for me. So I'm saying I'm at the point to where I'm ready to like get like a little apartment or something like that for 3 months. I'm saying like, I ain't saying that you can't stay up here, you can't be in New York, but I'm saying like that is a possibility. You know, my health is too on the table, but I'm saying like, you know, 3 more months up here, you looking at like February, March, April, you look about May. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, we could go ahead and book it. You know what I'm saying? That BMW, I'm talking about getting that, eating up that highway. We go ahead and book it to San Diego about 3 days. It ain't nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? About 3. I ain't gonna have no cameras on at all, y'all. I'm gonna just pop up in Cali or pop in New Mexico, Colorado, Nevada, Utah. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere out there. It's cold though. So, you know, like, why I'm gonna have cameras on and you, bro? I'm just trying to drive. I ain't trying to record. We gonna record when we get to the beach. You feel me? Them 3 days, I'm gonna try to get them 3 days, boy. You feel me? You tell me I'm gonna ride out from New York, and I'm saying I gotta go to San Diego, and I'm saying that's what 24, 34. That's 41 miles. I mean 41 hours. 41 hours, boy. I ain't driving my car like that. Shoot, I'll do about 12 hours. 12 hours and 12 hours. On that 3rd day of them 12 hours, when I wake up that 4th day, that means I'm going to be either in Cali, somewhere around Cali, or I'll be in New Mexico, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to flash through Arizona. I'll stop in New Mexico. Everything blue. I'll stop in New Mexico, you feel me? And then, you know, I'm going to blaze through. And like, I'll turn the camera on New Mexico or in Utah. Utah, red state. I'll post up in Utah, though. It's too cold. Well, I'll do that when I go back to California. What's that, Zion National Park? Boy, oh, yeah, that's on my bucket list. Put the cameras on and show y'all some of the most beautiful thing God ever touched with his hands. That's what goes into. You talking about Utah and Colorado? That's the great outdoors, boy. That's where I sunk my teeth in at, like on the outdoors. Like when I look at them mountains in Tennessee, to me, like I ain't hating on Tennessee because I love Tennessee because it's gorgeous. Like to me, one of the most gorgeous. I ain't been to Highway 1 yet. We on our way. One of the most gorgeous highways in America is in North Carolina, boy. Right underneath the Smoky Mountains, bro. So, yeah, like, I love that area, but I'm saying I sunk my teeth. Legal Wars Live, I started it after I got inspired by a waterfall in Tennessee, but I started this channel in Colorado, New Mexico. So that'll be when I was in New Mexico when I started this channel. Somebody look on the thing for me. I think in 2020, that's a 6-year anniversary. And I returned to New Mexico and Colorado 6 years later. Same channel. We took y'all across America. Hey, come on, man. Come on, man. That's what your boy Ghost trying to do, man. Orange says you got a girlfriend? Nah, man. How can I have a girlfriend and I'm doing what I'm doing? What's she gonna be while I'm doing this? You feel what I'm saying? What's she gonna be? If I had a girl, she gonna spend time with me. You know what I'm saying? If I know a female, she ain't my girlfriend. I hope she ain't saying she my girlfriend because she ain't my girlfriend. She might be a little friend girl, a little homie girl. I ain't got no kind of connection, bro. I'm free as a bird, bro. I feel like a bird, but I can fly. You feel what I'm saying? The only thing hold me down is like I have to handle some things with my health. I can handle it out west. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I could go out here on Long Island, you know what I'm saying? And it's still 11 degrees. Or you could go in San Diego and do the same thing. And I'm saying down there, it's 75 degrees. So you going outside on some therapy sessions in San Diego, it's 75. Y'all go to the beach. We all go to the beach. Out here, you still inside, snowbirds. No outside activities. That's the only thing about this area is the outside is like to about April. Now come April or May, y'all could say LA banging all y'all want to, but New York is the city. New York, that city. So, you know, come April or May, New York City gonna be what it is. But I'm saying, like, you know, I mean, you gotta think about the cost of living too is higher, but I mean, you can make it work. We can make it work. I didn't peep the scene. I could get an apartment in Harlem, man. You know what I'm saying? So I could post up in New York. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know, man. I think if that move is there to be made, then we gonna head out west. What y'all say? If that move is made to there to be made, man, we'll head out west, man. Asher said, telling me to shave my face. What? Zachary said he only seen snow on TV, man. That's kind of how I was too, my boy. And then, you know what I'm saying, seen mountains of snow. It's a lot of stuff come with that snow. The snow is cool. The snow is gorgeous. I remember, like, you know, me seeing the first time, like, really at 45 on this trip in New York is when first time I observed snow. Like, I've been outside Mississippi maybe 2 times of snow. I was in New Mexico. When I started this channel, I was filming. I had a video called White October. When I was in New Mexico, when I first started this channel, October the 1st, it snowed 6 or 8 inches. But I ain't never had the experiences with the snow I had since I've been in New York. Man, I've been in this car and I observed it at nighttime, like awe-inspiring, gorgeous, like anything you could say. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've had many different experiences since I've been here with snow. It probably snowed at least 10, 12 times. I'm in the Hudson Valley, just north of New York. So I'm saying, like, you know, it's a lot of other stuff that come with the snow. It ain't nothing wrong with the snow, and I like the snow, and I'm not running from the snow. It's snow in California too. But that's the difference. The only thing Cali got on y'all in New York, y'all don't have a beach. You can't evade or get away from the snow here. See what I'm saying? You can't get away from the snow here in New York. But in California, you can, though. I think that's the major difference that I see. Like, you know what I'm saying? Man, Zachary, bro, you tempting me, bro. I can't wait till that time come, man, till I could go to Australia, bro. Somebody said life could be hard on a poor black man in America. Hey, that's just too funny, man. I feel that. Somebody else donated, man. I appreciate you guys' donations, man. If you guys want to become a member of the channel, Zachary, man, since you from Australia, I'll go ahead and show my boy some love. If you guys want to become a member of the channel, man, channel membership $99. Just hit the button with the $sign in it. Your donations are much appreciated, man. Probably gonna do an indoor stream here in a day or two, you know what I'm saying? And then yeah, man, I'll make a decision, man. Like, you know, some changes and some things changing up, you know what I'm saying, here in a few minutes or in a little bit. So, you know, we're gonna have to make some moves and some decisions here, you know. But yeah, man, either I'll be staying in New York for about a week or 2 or 3 or 4, you know what I'm saying, handling some business with my health, or, you know, I'm gonna be headed out west next week. One of the two. You know what I'm saying? I imagine if I do the health thing in New York, I'll probably just stay here after. And we might not be getting out west till like May. You know? But if not, you know, we'll be headed out west next week. Next week, guys. You know? I would imagine probably, I couldn't tell you exactly how it would go, but like, you know, like, we just gonna have to see, bro. And I'm saying I go to Cali, I'm touching down. When I touch down, bro, I need a whole studio apartment. You know, I'm single though, so I'm gonna set up the live stream, guys. We getting off the vertical live feed. I'm gonna learn how to draw over apps. I'm gonna get me a microphone, boy. I'm telling you, I'm finna do it. Legal Wars Live, I get to Cali, that's when it's gonna be popping. The store gonna be popping. I'm gonna be taxing the rich and the ghostwriter. Yeah, man, I'm gonna be full promotion, man. West Coast popping. You know what I'm saying? Do that for about 3 months, like I stayed in all the rest of the states, and then get back to Colorado. You know? That's the game plan 2026. At the end of 2026, somewhere we're gonna be waiting on a huge payout. When that huge payout comes, then, you know, we'll change it back to what it was. We'll change the station back. We'll change the station back. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Ashley, you said good for someone to help me. If you want to help me, you gonna help me. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever I go to help a homeless person or feed somebody or do something for somebody, man, I'm gonna just people I'm gonna help. I'm just gonna help. I ain't looking for nothing. Not from them. I'm looking for something from God. That's why I help people. I don't help people for nothing else. I'm not trying to help them or help them. I don't think like that. Like I'm doing it because God told me to do this, and it's an act of obedience. When I feed a homeless person, it's an act of obedience to God. I'm not looking for no feeling for myself. It made me feel good. Man, when I feed homeless people, I feel better than any drug I could ever take. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do it. You know, I've always done it, you know, like helping people, even if it's not a homeless person. When I was helping these females, you know, like that's just who I am. But I'm saying still and all, besides all that, like I don't do it how I feel, or I don't do it to necessarily help them. Because I really didn't, how I used to be, I really didn't care about people like humanity. All that stuff come from God. You know what I'm saying? I be saying humanity because, you know, I'm talking secular, worldly stuff, you know, but if I say it like, you know, like from a spiritual standpoint, when I say not humanity, we talking about like your brothers and your neighbors, how God be saying it, like the love I have for them, that's an act of obedience to God. It's like when I put money in the offering, it's an act of obedience to God. That's if I'm not going to church, I'm feeding a homeless person. That's me giving that money that God told me to give back to him. And I'm going to give more than 10% back. That's what Jesus did. He fed the poor, helped my family out. You know what I'm saying? That's me, an act of obedience. That's what that is. That's not me like, you know, trying to get clout or gloating or none of that. Just get back to God. That's what we're supposed to do as Christians. Free Persia, Greenland, and Minnesota. That's so. Persia can't get free. You want to free Persia? You got to let them missiles fly. That's how Persia get free. They can't get free with the supreme leader. Now, Greenland, that's utter buffoonery. And Minnesota, we on the right direction with that. We got Gomer Power fired. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to come on here doing a stream about ICE. That's what I really want to talk about. It's just so interesting. I could have that conversation for 3 hours a day until it get handled. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we talk about ICE, bro. Like we talk about that every day. Everybody else talking about it. Tom Homan got there. It is what it is, bro. Let's see if the situation on the ground change. If it don't change this weekend, it'll be some more stupid stuff. And next week, we gonna be right back on that again. We keep getting on their head till they get it right. You blame it on the Democrats. You could blame it on Mayor Fry. You could blame it on Governor Walz. It don't matter who you blame it on. You got to get that right. So we going to stay on your head till you get it right. We don't care about how you feel. This our country. These our neighborhoods. These our neighbors. Good morning, baby. Good morning. That Greenland stuff is utter buffoonery. He ain't getting no weed, but he got that right too. He got his little speech right. But free Persia, I don't know about all that. Well, you free Persia is you gotta let them Hellfire missiles go. That's how you free Persia. With them F-35 fighter jets, that's how you free Persia. You know what I'm saying? We talked about that. I'ma always be for American dominance, boy. You don't kill no American citizens. So I'm gonna spin on you if you're talking about Minnesota and ICE. I'm going to spin on you if you're talking about Greenland because your allies is what made you strong. But you talking about Russia and China, though? Oh, yeah. I'm going to stay like I'm American. And I know that's the biggest political foes is Russia and China. That's where your focus need to be, on Russia and China always. So Venezuela was focused on Russia and China. Iran is a focus on Russia and China. I'm trying to get President Trump to put his eyes back on Iran. Oh yeah, you ain't got away with nothing. Yeah, we coming for you, Iran. We trying to free your people. We trying to free the people. Tell Big Boy BB at BB, we want to free the people out of Iran. We want BB. To me, the way y'all gonna get all this now. See, listen, Muslims and American and Christians and Jews, they all get along fine. Why they can't get along fine in the Middle East? There's a protagonist in the Middle East. It used to be a bunch of them. So you done got rid of Gaddafi. You done got rid of Saddam. So I'm saying, who the last clown to get rid of? The last protagonist to get rid of. You need to get rid of that protagonist too. And let's see if we can't get some stabilization in the Middle East. And you ain't got who gonna fund Hamas if the Iranian government ain't there? Who gonna fund Hezbollah? Who gonna fund ISIS? Who gonna fund a lot of these terrorist groups across there? When Iran falls, I think it's gonna get a lot quieter in that area. That's that's the last problem. Extinguish them. And then that you still letting it's like Putin and Xi, you gotta constantly show them. You know how I bully? I done beat up so many bullies. I done beat up so many dudes, but you only as strong as the last dude you beat up. The next dude come try you. You gonna have to beat him up too. Keep knocking them out one by one. Bow, knocked him out too. They sent another one. Bow, knocked him out too. You gotta keep knocking them out. So that's what I'm saying. Venezuela, we showed them. We gonna wait a little while. And Iran, we gonna show them again in case they didn't see it the first time. I'm sorry to all my Democrats. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, big President T, you gonna have to stand up. You got to slap them Iranians in the mouth. Big Ghostwriter said that. And when you finish slapping them in the mouth, tax the rich. You feel me? And when you finish taxing the rich, you're going to have to sit down in Minnesota. Real talk. Tom Homan going to say, he said he going to bring all that down, Tom Homan. Now, we going to hold you to that. Tom Homan, we going to hold you to that, my boy. I'm going to say it one more time, Tom Homan. We going to hold you to that, boy. Give him a chance. Yeah, Zachary said from an outsider perspective from Australia, ICE has been handled completely out of whack. And Zachary, I have to ditto that message. You guys have a video, y'all please double tap that screen. Big Ghostwriter, 2.5 hours. I'm trying to get to 3 hours, man. I see if anybody in here gonna show your boy some love. Asher, if you want to support, here's your chance, baby. Hit that button with that $sign in it. You feel me? That's how you support, baby. That's how you support Big Ghostwriter. What's up, man? What's up, man? What we got going on? Is that the end of the live stream? 2.5 hours, y'all. I see everything that kind of calmed down in here, man. You know what I'm saying? Asher, I hate to hear that, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? I hate to hear that. I would never ask you to donate a penny to me if you taking care of your baby and you working at fast food, you know what I'm saying? But you just keep on grinding, sweetie. You know, you keep grinding, you keep your head down, and you know what I'm saying? You stay prayed up. You keep the faith. That's what life is about, fighting for something more and better. Real talk. I ain't got no silver spoon in my mouth at all. I struggle a lot harder than a lot of people. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I wait for the better days. I knew they were coming. I don't care what nobody say. I already know they coming. They on the way. I'm talking about big racks. I'm saying next week or the week after, I touch 5 racks. That ain't nothing. That's just what's to come. That's a small month. I go get an apartment like little 3-month rent on that with that 5 racks. Just throw that on some 3-month rent. So we go ahead and bump up just a little bit. But that ain't nothing, bro. It's big racks coming. Big stacks. They on the way. You just got to keep your head down, keep the faith, and keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there ain't no quitting. Ain't no giving in. You go harder. When the going get tough, that's when I go harder. That's when I go the hardest. Oh, I appreciate that. So, who is that? Hollard says, I don't agree with most of what you say, but that's what 100% being American. That's facts, though. And I appreciate your opinion. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Someone says my struggle will be my strength. I could say it already has been 10,000%. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it was a beautiful struggle. Because, like, you see how I sit there and boast and brag about all those cities and them places I've been. I couldn't have went to none of them cities if I wouldn't have done or been through what I was doing. Guys, think about it. When I started this tour, if you want to start in 2025, that's when I first, like, kind of went out there, ventured on my own. I was in Wyndham Suites. Go back and look at the content. Suites all across Texas, spending thousands, living how I want, going where I want, eating what I want, doing what I want. Suites. Okay? I went to Mississippi. When I touched Mississippi, I got 20 racks. I was chilling with my mama, bro, basically in a condo for 3 months. Just me and mom dudes. You know what I'm saying? Going where I want, doing what I want, eating what I want. You feel me? I came up here, bro. So when I started off, it was like that in Tennessee. When I left the house, I had rackies. But I mean, from Tennessee, would I go back to the house? That's not what I did. I filed some lawsuits and I kept pushing. I crossed through Kentucky and went through Illinois. And now this part of what I'm doing, you got to have a whole bunch of bread. Because I'm saying I've been out here for 6 months. August, September, October, November, December, January, 15, 6 months, 20 states for 180 days. That ain't cheap. You see what I'm saying? So that's when the struggle starts. But how I'm going to end it is going to be better than how I began. Bro, I can hear the scriptures, those scriptures playing in my heart and my mind when I say the words that I say. The ending is better than the beginning. Who read that in the Bible before? Raise your hand. That let me know if you read your Bible, because that probably ain't the scripture the preacher gonna preach on Sunday. The ending of something is better than the beginning. Oh, I appreciate to keep you in my prayers. I appreciate that. Anybody want to pray for me? Y'all feel free to do so. Please do. Please do, please do, please do. So, man, I like that, though. I figure, you know what I'm saying, not saying that, like, I just figured that, like, real or recognize real. And I just did some real stuff. Like, I stood on business. I stood on what I believe. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think that, I got a lot of cases. I got 3 cases right now open, a 4th one. You know what I'm saying? That a lawyer's doing. That's really what I'm counting on. That thing worth all the money. But I'm saying on my side, I got 3 cases open, and I got another one I'm finna file. People think like I'm depending on one of those cases to get paid. God, I might get paid. I know I'm gonna get paid. But boy, you serious? Boy, 9 and 2. You feel me? Won 6 cases in a row. They can hate on me all they want to. I don't care, bro. I will be winning. So I know I'm going to get paid, but I know how the cases work. It's a fight, man. You know what I'm saying? I might have to file an appeal, spin the block, sue him again. You know how I get down, big Ghost Rider. He sued him again. Spin the block and sue him again. File an appeal, and guess what, guys? Sued him again. You know what I'm saying? So it might take a second for me to get paid, you know what I'm saying, on one of them cases, but I understand how that game go. I'm mature to that point. I don't even get hyped up and stuff about a case. I know all the motions that need to be done. I don't mean actual motions you filing in court like the document. I mean the motion of the situation. I know the move. I know the play. You know what I'm saying? So I just sit back and let it play. And I just respond to the play. Real talk. But I'm saying in the meantime, I gotta live life, so I focus more on my life than on them cases. Them cases is reality. It's not like I'm not in reality. The cases are real as your face, as your nose. I give you the case numbers. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying I got an everyday life. That's more of what I gotta live right now. And that everyday life, yeah, we either going to Cali or we going, you know what I'm saying, go somewhere, lay up for a little bit and handle some business with my health. When we come back, though, after them few weeks, though, we definitely be posted up. Might post up in Harlem if I stay here. Real talk. For a few months. You know what I'm saying? Or the Bronx. For a couple of months. Rent paid. It's either that or you already know. You want me to sing it for you? Kelly got models on the runway, scream, Biggie, Biggie, give me one more chance. LY Freeway on the Selly Selly with my homeboy Lance. That boy crazy. Somebody said, go ice, boy. We gonna put you in the head. We gonna throw you in the pit. Talking about go ice. Yeah, go on up out of here. Twister said, learn English, bro. Tell your mama that. See, I ain't supposed to be saying that. I apologize. It's just that, sometimes I be chilling with your family members and I be wanting to tell them that. It's just the way that they be sounding. At certain times they be hitting certain notes. 2 hours and 38 minutes. I'm trying to get to 3, man. Y'all show me some love, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm in here kicking it with the AI, kicking it with the bots. You hear me? A couple of y'all watching. Oh, Asher says, what? Man, Asher, I don't know what you trying to get me to talk about on this live stream, but it's not for me to talk about nothing that ain't got nothing to do with what I don't want to talk about. You said happened with me and my mother. Whatever you talking about, I'm saying that ain't got nothing to do with this live stream and what I'm talking about. Real talk. That's like what happened with any of me and my family member. What me and my family? You act like I'm Drake or something, or I'm Kanye, and I got Pully. If I ain't telling you nothing, and you ain't no certified doctor, psychiatrist, I don't talk to people about stuff like that. Besides doctors, I got a lot of doctors. My doctor can ask me anything. That's what she is. That's what they medical people. That's what they do. But I'm saying, Asher, I don't know you. Like, I don't know. Like, you come on like a lady. You just a regular person talking to me like personable, like you know me and stuff. We talking about President Trump and Iran and Persia and, you know what I'm saying, Xi and Putin and American power, and you talking about something about my mama. That make it make sense, baby. I love you, though. Man, oh man, y'all. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 40 minutes. See if y'all got anything else, man. You know what I'm saying? I came in here, I covered the content about an hour. I come in here and do the content for an hour. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, guys, we're going live in the morning, 7 a.m. Eastern. We're going to be talking about President Trump, the stock market, record gains, and the creation of a new breed of American millionaires, you know? So that's tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern. If you have not liked the channel, would y'all please double tap that screen if you're on a cell phone? Trey! Double tap that screen if you're on the cell phone, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. I need them subscriptions. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subs so we could go ahead and open that store. And we could go ahead and start telling people that we're going to be taxing the rich. Coming soon. Hey, Zachary, tell me you gonna buy one of them tax the rich shirts. Them Ghost Rider tax the rich shirts. It's going to have a ghost on the front of it, boy. And on the back, it's going to say tax the rich, baby. You feel me? And take all their cheese. Nah, I'm just playing. Heck yeah, y'all see that? Zachary said that shirt right there, fire. He says, our police raid their groups, destroy their shelters. They have nowhere to go. Australia's at the point where families live in tents. Man, that's horrible. You know what I'm saying? If you're saying that's how it is all the time, bro, that is that's horrible. Ouch. That is completely horrible. You know what I'm saying? Just despicable, man. Real talk. I mean, I wish I could get myself, ouch, not get myself, but if I face those kind of situations, bro, I'm saying, like, I mean, I don't know Australian law, but in America, bro, I deal with that harshly, severely. You know what I'm saying? Severely. Ain't nobody helping ICE if you shooting people in their face, bro. That's what you don't understand. Listen, when you come out and say illegal means illegal, we understand that. So illegal means illegal, and what else? You got criminals, not just illegal aliens. You talking about you got criminals. We're gonna go after the criminals. And the child predators and the rapists, remember that's what you were saying before you shot somebody. You shooting people in the face who ain't child predators and rapists. That's like common sense ain't that common. You going after child predators and rapists, but you shooting people in the face and shoot people in the back on national TV, worldwide television, that ain't that don't make sense. So anyway, so you going after child rapists and predators and sexists or whatever like that. So you in the communities, you causing all kind of disruption in the communities. Come on, man. Ain't nobody got nothing. You going after illegal aliens, just not the way you doing it. Your policy, your plan, it be on point. It's right. Nobody's disputing it. The way you doing it is what we have a problem with. So because of that, Gomer Powell, you fired. Gomer Powell, you fired. How many of y'all wanted to see Gomer Powell get fired? Y'all put a thumbs up in the comments. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about it. Governor Hochul. Shout out Governor Hochul. here in Big NY. You feel me? We could talk about it. We could talk about it. We could talk about it. Zachary, it ain't no 850 a week. Yeah, it is 850 a week. You probably, that's about how much it is a week in New York, but nah, it ain't no 850. You got apartments. You could get an apartment in Harlem for 700. That's big facts. You just gotta know the right spots. You get an apartment in Harlem for 12. You get an apartment in the Bronx for like 14, 15, maybe 18. You pay the rent for 3 months in advance. I mean, the money for the rent sitting in the bank. It just depends on the situation. I'm saying the money gonna drop. However the money drop is gonna kind of dictate the situation. My next moves. You know what I'm saying? No, Minnesota, you can't listen, but you can't control how somebody responds to you. The only thing you can control is how you respond. I'm a federal agent. This person comes slap me in the face, and I look around, and you got 100 cameras. You got 100 cameras watching me. I'm a federal agent. This dude slapped me in the face, 100 cameras watching me. So I'm going to pull out a gun and just start shooting him. You can't control how somebody, he illegally strike the federal agent. He's impeding the investigation. You can't control how somebody respond to you. You can't control what they do. All you can control is your actions. So he in the way and you aggravated and you shoot him in the back because he had a gun on him that you took off before you shot him in the back. 10 times, by the way. Mind you, one bullet could have did it. You don't need 10. A lot of your agents need to get taught that one bullet could do it. If one bullet, if you 10 bullets make it look like an execution. One bullet to do the job. One bullet from each agent. So 2 bullets, he probably still be alive. But it take 10 bullets though, huh? Renee Good, 1 bullet, she might still, but you need 3 bullets in her head. That's what I'm saying. Nah, bro, you ain't getting no kind of space for nothing. You ain't getting no space for nothing with ICE. No space with nothing. Shoot, I'll do a live stream on Friday. We could talk about it the whole live stream. You ain't getting no space with ICE. Tom Homan in there. You do it again this week. Next week, we back on your head. Period. You kill you kill the right person, you gonna get what you looking for. I could promise you that. You gonna get everything you looking for. You kill the right person. Everything you think you ain't looking for, you gonna get it. Stop killing Americans. Period. If he spit on you, then you got to train your agents to take it. Oh, he spit on me. So you going to do some cruel stuff. Like you going to shoot like you shoot a dog because the dog then made you mad. You mad at the dog. Now you finna go out there and shoot it. You shooting a dog. That's the wrong mentality. You can't do that with human beings. Them ain't dogs you out there putting 9 bullets in his back. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. You gotta live your life past President Trump's administration. And some of these people ain't gonna forgive you. They nut jobs. They not gonna forgive you. Some of these people ain't gonna try to talk about Iran tomorrow and then the stock market the next day to get past the conversation. Some people, they gonna get stuck on it. And they gonna be plotting on you for years. And only the grace of God gonna let you survive it with your life. Because they're not going to go after America. They're going to wait till you get out the clock. You got security guards with you. You better keep them for the rest of your days. I'm not defending who I'm defending. I'm not defending them. Protesting is a part of the rights. I ain't defending them. Who I'm defending? How I'm defending them? You must not have heard what I just said. You must not have heard what I just said. The people in Iran protesting, I'm defending them. That's what this live stream was about. Yeah, I always be on the side of protesters. I'm a protester. Real talk. Me sleeping in my car is an act of protesting. I speak truth to power. Nobody should be spitting on nobody, but if they do, how you gonna respond? You gonna shoot them? You gonna shoot them in the back 10 times. That's how you respond. We asking how you respond. That's what we ask. How you respond? You shoot them in the back 10 times. Oh, Kenny, I feel you. 4 minutes of a video, think you had, well, it's your fault for not telling people what actually happened. 4 minutes of a video, you think you know what actually happened, but you know what actually happened and you ain't telling us. Well, who the dodo head in this situation or in this picture? You said that I'm with the protesters. I'm not with nobody. I'm with you not shooting Americans in the face. That's what I'm with. I'm with you not shooting Americans in the face. That's what I'm with. Two hours and 52 minutes, y'all. What y'all got? Oh, yeah. I'm saying in a situation to where that they giving the right to protesters, I'm not protesting. I'm not protesting nothing. What I'm protesting? That's not my community that they in. He ain't snatched one of my neighbors. I ain't seen nobody get snatched by ICE. As a matter of fact, I ain't seen an ICE agent. I don't know if I ever seen an ICE agent in person in my life. So what I got to protest? I'm going to just go out there because it's cool because everybody else out there. I'm going to go to Minnesota because everybody else going to Minnesota and it's cool. That's not who I am. That's not how I get down. Now, the people in Minnesota who are protesting people in their neighborhoods, yeah, I'm with them. See how I'm real? You see how that's real? It's all the way authentic. The ones, if you got ICE agents in your neighborhood, that's something totally different. But people who coming from Halifax-Mo, Vermont, to go out there, like you just, to me, you the problem. I understand you want to stand with your fellow American. Let them get to your neighborhood. They might not ever come to your neighborhood. Like I said, I don't know if I seen Border Patrol in Mississippi. They got Border Patrol. They must have a station in Mississippi because I seen Border Patrol all over America. We rode through New Mexico, Texas, everywhere. I've always seen Border Patrol a lot. Greg Bovino, I'm going to be in trouble next time. Gomer Powell, I went across the border. Let me stop. But an ICE agent, I don't know if I ever seen an ICE agent with my naked eyes, especially not in no uniform that I knew he was an ICE agent. So if that's the case, why am I go out there and protest something? This dude ain't to none of my neighbors. I ain't seen. Only way I know it's going on is I see it on the internet and on TV. And it might be AI. Nah, let me stop. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I ain't that, so how I know, like, I ain't got no, nah. But now, if from in the situation where I'm able to analyze and see them agents in their neighborhoods and taking their neighbors, and I hear both sides of the story. I know what President Trump is doing, and I explain what he's doing sometimes better than MAGA people do. I understand what he's doing. I understand the purpose of what he's doing. I understand the mandate he's trying to enforce, or the so-called mandate he's trying to enforce. I get it. I understand the other side. They have a right to peacefully protest. The only thing I never said, ICE stop arresting illegals or criminals. I never said ICE get out of Minneapolis. I never said none of that. The only thing you heard me say was stop shooting Americans. Period. Listen, the protesters gonna protest. ICE gonna try to put people in jail. We talking to deaf ears. You preach it to the choir. They go to Washington State. They gonna be blowing whistles on you. That's they don't. Them blue states. They don't want you. They don't believe it. That's just the game. Stop crying and deal with it. And don't shoot any American citizens. That's what I said. What y'all heard Ghost say? Don't shoot American citizens. Don't shoot American citizens. Don't shoot American citizens. That's what Ghost said. Seahawks winning the Super Bowl, by the way. No Kings 3. It has to work this time. Go Ice. Poor thing. Joseph says, awesome. Poor thing, man. Poor thing, poor thing. Blue Oxygen says, when you have concealed carry, you were taught if you were in an action with an officer, you have to announce your gun. He didn't announce. That's a good point. He didn't announce his gun, but ICE knew he had a gun. So I'm saying, like, they disarmed him. That's a poor way to handle this. So you could try to say that's why Gomer Powell is back in California. Goodbye, Gomer. Goodbye, Gomer. And if y'all want to keep that attitude, you're going to lose a lot more than Gomer. Real talk, you're going to lose a lot more than Gomer if you want to keep that attitude. A lot more than Gomer. It ain't nothing wrong with supporting law enforcement and not shooting people in their face. You can support law enforcement and not shoot American citizens in their face. Supporting law enforcement has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with shooting American citizens in their face. I don't get what you don't understand about that. What's so hard about that? Law enforcement make trillions of arrests every day. How many bro, you know how many people that the state police in Minnesota and the Minneapolis police have been arresting these last few days, even the protesters? A lot of them. Arrests are made. Countless arrests are made. Don't shoot them in their face. Period. It's not that hard, bro. We try to argue about something that you shouldn't be arguing about. That's why you losing the conversation with the American people, because you're trying to gaslight the American people and lie to the American people. Stop shooting people in their face. American citizens. If you want to shoot a Chinese person in their face, you probably get away with it. If you want to shoot a Russian in their face, you know how you went and grabbed Maduro? See, they Venezuelan. You can't do that to Governor Walsh. You do that to Governor Walsh, you know what it's going to be. You can't do that to Americans. We Americans. Don't mess with us. We didn't put you in office to mess with us. We didn't give you authority to mess with us. We put you there. Don't mess with us. Your enemies, what you look at your enemies, them liberals, those are our brothers. Don't mess with us. None of us. Don't shoot American citizens. Don't shoot American citizens. Don't shoot. Well, you want me to say it in Chinese? You want me to say it in Russian? You want me to say it in Spanish? You want me to say Don't shoot American citizens, bro. Like you act like it's that hard. If you doing your operations and you clashing with ICE and ain't nobody got shot, then people might be on your side. Let me say that again for the slow people, because I know you might be too slow to catch that. Let me slow it down for you. If you did the same things that happened already, with you clashing with ICE, and you wouldn't have shot nobody, the two people you shot, then guess what? Who knows who'll be winning the argument? Y'all might still be winning the argument with the American people, but you're too stupid because you can't control your temper and your emotions because you're really a wicked, hell-bound heathen. You're wicked in your heart, shooting a person in the face 3 times. You're wicked, shooting an unarmed guy who rescued animals and who helped heal American veterans in the back 10 times because he's arguing with you. You wicked. Stop shooting American, or keep doing it. Keep doing it. You know, when the people tell you to stop doing something and you doing it as a government entity, you know what happened? And Black Lives Matter, they got on the phone in Louisiana and they started calling the police, telling them they need help. Yeah, the poor police officer, they showing up, they not thinking nothing about it. Y'all don't remember this in Black Lives Matter? And they would kill the cops. They gonna kill an ICE agent. The first ICE agent that died, I'ma come looking for you. Greg Bovino gone now. Whoever's still in control, the first one that died, I'ma come looking for y'all leaders. And I'ma put that boy blood in your hands. Because that's what's going to end up happening. They're going to catch an ICE agent somewhere out there, buy a cell down bad, and they're going to spank that boy. Because you hard-headed and you don't listen. Stop killing American citizens. You're going to start a civil war in this country. President Trump ain't the president to order in martial law. He's not going to be able to do it. You're going to have to wait to find a president that's more popular than that. He's not popular enough to do it. He will split this country in half. Stop killing American citizens. Do it next president. You can't do it this presidency. He's not popular enough to do martial law. Y'all going to get a civil war. That's all you're going to get. Stop killing Americans. I should be doing a lot of things, but instead I'm waiting for that money to drop in my lap. I should be. What you should be doing. That's something totally different. That don't make no sense. He wasn't swinging no gun. Proud Boy come to protest with guns all the time. They stormed the Capitol. Some of them had guns. He wasn't swinging no gun. You can't have it both ways. It's his freedom to carry that gun. He wasn't swinging no gun. Ain't nobody want to hear that. Stop killing Americans. They can't hear him. He mad. Little too hurt. Gomer Pyle got fired. Oh, Gomer. President Trump ain't listening to y'all idiots. Y'all, you gotta stop being an idiot. What Ghost told you to do? Ghost told you to stop killing Americans. Then the Ghost tell you to do that. That's what you need to do. Ain't nobody care nothing about that. Stop killing Americans. You can try to make as many excuses as you want to. Stop killing Americans. No gun was in. Thank you. Point blank period. Stop killing Americans. I'm not selectively outraged. What are you talking about? That's stupid. You shooting an American in the face. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You just ain't got no common sense. You gonna get some in November. Them Republicans starting to see it because they know what's gonna come to them. You ain't got no common sense. That's what it is, selectively outraged. You shooting the voters. You shooting your customers in the face. These are people who gonna vote. They might not vote for you, but even the ones who don't vote like them, they're not enemies of them like you are. You look, y'all MAGA and Proud Boys and the Republicans look at the left like they enemies. Well, a regular Republican voter don't look at them like that. All the ones who look at the left like you do are crazy like you do. They crazy like you are. The whatever percentage of radicals, they radical like you do. The rest of Americans who vote for, they don't look at them like you. Stop killing Americans. You can't put it together. You dodo bird. You on dodo speed. President Trump see it. Y'all gonna get Kristi Noem fired. I ain't talking about like resign duty. I'm talking about canned. In the trash can fired. That's what's coming next. Don't listen to ghosts. Stop killing Americans because you got an attitude problem and you evil and you get, hey, you're mad. They're aggravating me. They're aggravating me. They're aggravating me. You know how many people aggravate me that do something illegal? Harassing a disabled person is illegal. Just like them impeding on is illegal. A crime is a crime, so I'm going to shoot you in the face because you harassing me. It's a dude out here, I thought he was harassing me. I'm going to shoot him in his face. Look where that thing is. I'm finna go shoot him in his face because he harassing me. No, stop killing American citizens, bruh. Ain't nothing you gonna say gonna change that. This ain't no sympathy, nothing. Stop killing American citizens. Just like if the Democrats came in here and they tried to argue with me while I was saying that America needs to exert dominance. I don't care about what party you in. America needs to stay dominant. Just like I'm saying the same thing. Stop killing American citizens. What y'all don't understand about that? It's simple. It's easy mathematics. Stop killing American citizens. I'm trying to figure out what's hard about that. Oh yeah, the Doge checks and the tariff checks, right? I don't know why they won't stop interrupting federal investigations, but they not gonna stop. If they know you're gonna be stupid, why I'm gonna stop if you're gonna be stupid? All they gotta do is come pluck you in the head. Go pluck him in the head, he gonna shoot you. Or go pluck him in the head, he gonna crash out. You a cop, you gotta know how to show restraint. You a professional. Law enforcement officer, professional. And you dumping the whole clip. Your job is to protect and serve ultimately. I don't care if they don't know. That's what I'm saying. Dump the clip in the illegal immigrant criminals bag. If you kill an illegal immigrant, you probably have a better chance than killing an American. You keep killing Americans, you're going to get shown something. Something wrong with your brain. Ain't nobody care about your power, your position. We don't care about none of that. Because you killing them, you could kill anybody. We ain't okay and you killing nobody. We didn't give you a power. We didn't elect you to kill nobody. And we going to show you better than we could tell you. You deaf? What's wrong with you? What you need in there? What you need to put in there so you can hear it better? Gomer power just the beginning. Well, it's funny. We be laughing, homie, but this stuff is serious. Bye, Gomer. We be laughing, homie, but this stuff is serious. Bye, Gomer. We be laughing, homie. Yeah, Gomer, you gone. Ain't nobody playing. Stop killing Americans. You stupid. If you ain't shoot nobody, there's no Renee Good. There's no Alex Peretti. then I'm saying with everything else, the tension's still high. They still doing everything else. It ain't get dark like it got dark for ICE. It got dark for ICE. The American people are thinking about abolishing ICE now. You got people they don't trust the police. These people, regular person don't know the difference between, they just know it's a Fed. But a regular person, talk to the girl, I got some homegirl, I told her, they think the county, the county, where I'm from, they got county police. The SWAT teams and all them is with the county. So you have a county task force, they'll show up in fatigues like that, they county police. The regular girl, she calling them the feds. On the side of their car, say Jackson County Sheriff's Department. She say that's the feds. They don't know what the feds are. They don't know like we are. They know this is a federal agent, federal government, state police, local government, local police. They don't understand that. So they think the feds mean the police. All the police is the police to regular people. You making people hate police. This is things that the police as a whole across every police department in America have worked to gain trust with the community, have worked to gain respect. You making people spit, they disrespecting cops at an all-time high. Pretty soon you gonna put their lives in danger. That's what you're gonna do. Stop shooting Americans. I can't help it. You can't see it because you too engaged in political and hate. So that hate got you blind. The Democrats ain't gonna tell you. They gonna keep on trying to stop you. But I'm telling you, I'm trying to help you. Stop killing Americans. Left, right, left. You got, Gomer, he out there trying to explain himself. Now he looking real stupid. They mocking him in Minnesota on his way out the door. Bye, Gomer. Looking real stupid. You don't know how to listen. You got all the answers. You too ingrained in your politics. You can't see that hate got your eyes blinded. Well, hate ain't got my eyes blinded. I'm trying to help you. Keep doing it. Watch what it's going to happen to you. That thing it'll spin in control. You talking about chaos, that thing will spin to some control, out of control that we ain't seen before. You're going to start a civil war. President Trump don't have the support to do martial law. So if the military is telling him to do that, please stop telling him to do that. Y'all going to start a civil war. He don't have the support to do that. You got to get a president more popular than him to do it. He don't have the support. Y'all going to end up putting that man in danger. Because it's going to fracture like that. It'll fracture like that. Somebody going to roll on him within that circle. And y'all stuff going to fall out apart. And you will be over here. Putin will be over here with a flag in D.C. Ain't not one shot fired. We done destroyed ourselves. We done nuked ourselves. Oh, idiots. You killing yourself. Stop killing Americans, man. I can't help you. Ain't got no common sense. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you, bro. Media is manipulating me. Yeah, the media, our own eyes, when we saw the videos with our own eyes is manipulate. No, we not letting you manipulate us. That's the problem. We not letting your lies manipulate you. The court ain't believing what you talking about. Don Lemon go in the church and he interrupt the church. Y'all know he wrong as he could be. The judge won't even prosecute him for that in Minnesota. That's what you done to them. You done made them, they going against you now. Even when you right, they going against you. Because you so stupidly ingrained in your political nonsense. Stop killing Americans. Gomer, left, right, you fired. Leave, left, right, leave. Pretty soon that's what it's going to be. Y'all all going to get kicked out on your nose. Because you stupid. Tom Homan, if he got some sense, then he can arrest some people and he could bring all that nonsense. You don't need all that with policing. You don't need none of that. We could kill all of this stuff. First thing we need to do, left, right, get on out of here. First thing we need to do, we got to kick left, right up out of here. Because we don't need no Nazi jackets and all that stupid stuff. That's half of the problem, is the stupidity. So we gonna kick the stupidity. Whoever else need to go with him, I ain't gonna call your name, but you could go with him too, man. We kicking the stupidity up out of here. That's the first thing. All that attitude and all that stuff, we don't need none of that. Cause you ain't doing your job. If people dying, you ain't doing your job. Americans are not the illegals. So what are you over here entangled with Americans for? When your job is to arrest illegals for? But don't get yourself in a situation where you get somebody head knocked clean off their shoulders. You are putting people's lives in danger because they're going to strike back at you. If you don't know it, I'm telling you what I know. Okay? Stop killing Americans. I'm trying to help you. I love you. I could just don't care about you. I could just come on here and talk how stupid you are on the daily, just making you look stupider and stupider every day. I'm trying to have some kind of love and concern for you. Because if you keep doing that, you're going to destroy yourself. You might halfway, 3/4 of the way, destroy our country too in the meantime. Stop killing Americans. I'm trying to help y'all. You're going to destroy the whole thing. President Trump going to go with you. He know that. He's seen that. The first thing you do is get rid of the nonsense. You could do what you want to do. It's how you do it. It's how you do it. It's how you do it. Common sense ain't so common. No, it's not the attitude, bro. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to help them. They too ingrained in this, I hate the left. Maybe you do. Maybe you're right. Maybe. But the American people, they don't see it like that. They don't look at Alex Peretti as an evil, whatever you calling him as. They don't look at him like that. You could say he on the left. They don't look at liberals as evil. They just all a crazy liberal. And most Americans don't want to see liberals get their head shot or get shot in the back 10 times. Most people don't want to see that. You're going to find that out. Common sense ain't that common. It ain't no common sense revolution if you shooting Americans and letting people record it while you do it and then try to tell them what they really seen with their own eyes. You ain't got no common sense. You ain't got no common sense. The majority of Americans didn't vote for that. We know you retarded. Ryan, I'm calling you straight retarded. The majority of Americans did not vote for that. You're gonna find that out soon. Sooner than later. Yeah, if they stop lying to people, we will get somewhere. Orange hat guy. I used to have an orange hat in 2024. Elon come back 365 days. Elon, I don't think Elon gonna be for none of that kind of stupid stuff. Elon a businessman. That's not good for business. I'm having so much fun, y'all. I'm gonna stay on for a second. Oh man. Gonna light up Teslas again, bro. Teslas, Elon said that those humanoids, he said y'all gonna remember him for humanoids, not for Teslas. He said y'all gonna remember Teslas for robots, not for cars. That's that man's business. He know what he talking about. I've been telling y'all the whole time, Elon gonna be the largest maker of those humanoids. He said he got billions of humanoids coming. Y'all think I'm playing? I be tuned in. Boy, Elon, he the only billionaire I like. Elon, the only billionaire I like. I don't like no billionaires. He the only one I like, I promise you. I don't like Jeff Bezos. I'm just be real with you. I never really did. I don't like none of them. Bill Gates, okay. He not that bad. But I don't like billionaires. Yeah, tax the rich. Elon know that. We gonna tax Elon too. We taxing Elon too. You know, Elon cool though. We mess with Elon. We'll tax Elon and he gonna make his money back anyway. Elon lost like $49 billion in a day, bro. He done made 5 times that back within a couple of months. Elon good. He don't care. He paid that little 2%. He a cool dude, man. Elon a cool dude. But I'm saying other than him though, man, I don't care nothing about none of them billionaires. Tax him. Elon the first trillionaire. We're gonna be cool with Elon regardless. I don't care any of y'all Republicans or Democrats y'all hate on Elon. We're gonna be cool with Elon. But we gonna tax the rest of it. We taxing Elon too. He don't care though. He got so much money, it don't matter to him. Elon got a lot of sense. He know what's best. He'll know what's best for the country. He don't care about putting his whole lot of percent in. But I mean, it's not gonna kill him. Oh, Elon gonna start a robot uprising. I don't think my boy gonna do that, man. He probably one of the cooler ones out of them, bro. He pretty laid back. He a pretty laid back dude. You said he a dead man walking. George, like you saying that, bro? You up out of here, bro. Look, I'm gonna report that. That's promoting terrorism. Don't say that, bro. You can't say that about my boy Elon, man. If I could see you face to face, bro, I'd probably slap the taste buds out of you, boy. You made no threats about that boy, that man like that. He ain't done nothing to you. He said black people, American Indian, need their own party. No, we don't. No, they don't. Man, and in July, you dreaming July is okay. You sit there and wait till July. That'll be the 3rd, 4th time by July. You said 3. Nah, bruh. That's your digital warrior. That's your dreams. That's your pipe dreams and your fantasies. That's pipe dreams and fantasies, digital warrior. Pipe dreams and fantasies. That's pipe dreams and fantasies, man. You said 365 days. You ain't gonna get to 3. You ain't gonna get to next month. Next month, bro, we going inside. It ain't even gonna be next month. It's gonna be before next month. We going inside for a little baby minute. Yeah. I can't wait to get out west to do them outside live streams though. But yeah, we going inside next month for a little baby. Yeah, Elon with us though. Elon with us. I promise you. Y'all just don't know it, but I'm trying to tell y'all he with us. He just felt like, look, Elon feel like, look, I'm be honest with you. Elon feel like it ain't nowhere else to go to outside of President Trump. He feel like the other side, if you had a Democrat that's a politician, he gonna talk to him, he gonna see what he about. He might feel or believe different. He probably bump heads more with Democrats. He bump heads with President Trump too. He a libertarian. He like, go see an independent. I'm gonna bump heads with both sides. I'm saying though, Elon though, he with us though. He one of us. I'm just being real with you. That's what I'm saying. He the only one that I mess with. Only one. I don't like rich people at all. You say you look broke all you want to. I'm saying I'm gonna be like $10 million in the bank, Don Lemon, telling you I don't like rich people. Like worth 10 million, Jasmine Crockett, telling you I don't like rich people. I'm gonna be worth 100 million, telling you I don't like rich people. I'm gonna be one of them people I don't like. I'll be worth $1 billion or $1 trillion, telling you I don't like rich people. Tax the rich. Aquabets, maybe I am. You said dirty jersey. What's dirty? Ain't nothing dirty but your. No, let me. We the people. He said voted for this like 47%. You said we the people 47%. Tax the rich. Guys, we've been streaming 3.5 hours on a Wednesday. This is an off day. You know, on the days we ain't supposed to stream, I take that little extra time in the stream, man. You know what I'm saying? In the chat, I mean. I'm not against the rich. I want to tax them. You said my shirt crusty, then who cares? Why I care? I don't come on. You think I came on a live stream trying to be pretty? I come on a live stream being pretty 90% of the times that I come on here. So today I got on the old Tesla t-shirt. Who cares? Obviously, if I care, you think I would have wore it? If I was trying to impress you, you think I would have wore it? I don't try to impress you. Your opinion don't matter. Bro, how much money? It ain't $5 up there that's been donated. Why I'm going to care about your opinion? What's your opinion doing for me? I'm not like y'all. I'm not like other people. You tipped me some money and you told me I'll change shirts right now. But I wore what was comfortable for me. What I felt like wearing. What I wore to sleep probably. You feel me? Ain't nobody care about your opinion. What's your opinion mean? Yeah, that's good. It's looking rough. It's all good. Oh boy, you childish as a 2-year-old. You like a mentality of a 2-year-old. I can't do that, man. I can't let my mind go in the place where yours is. I'll be like you. That's why I'm not like you. That's why I'm like me and you on my live stream. That's why you will never see me on your live stream saying nothing. But you on my live stream. That's why. Because I can't be like you. I'm not going to let my mind go to where yours is. I'm going to let you watch people and judge them. I can't be like you. Everybody got one, bro, and it's completely irrelevant. What he's saying probably true. It probably is an old shirt. It is an old shirt. This shirt is in 2023. This shirt been in service since 2023. You feel me? Bro, I feel like 4 days, 100 days out the week, bro, I be wearing button-up shirts and stuff. Bro, I don't feel like doing that this morning. I feel like coming on here just speaking the real. Y'all should know I tell y'all to fire Gomer Powell get fired. It seems like I should be able to wear what I want to on the live stream. I'm saying, who on the vertical live feed doing that? I'm talking about narrating it for you live. Gomer Powell fire him, and he get fired to 2, 3, 4 days. You feel me? That seems like I should be able to wear whatever shirt I want to wear. You feel what I'm saying? In the zone, you can find out if you want to. You can find out if you want to. You feel me, my man? You feel me? Hey, in the zone, they said you got on an old crusty Tesla shirt. Hey, Sasha, that's all I do, sweetheart. You know. Don't you know it? Don't you know it, man? You know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't even gonna do y'all like that, boy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just stay tuned, man, the next few weeks, though. Your boy Ghost finna step up. Sasha, I already know you love me. I already know they love me. How could they not? How could they not? You feel me? You feel me? Y'all ain't seen no real like this before. You know, every time he come out, like every time I come on a live stream, the only reason I put them shirts on and stuff, I dress like that is because for y'all. That's it. I don't care, bro. Bro, you put me in Bali and just give me one female that I really care for. And I promise you, she'll never want to leave. And I won't either. And I'll never see none of y'all crusty people ever again in my life. And it will hurt my feelings. Y'all, you Gomer Powell, y'all all Gomer Powell, President Trump, y'all all could just have a big old party. Ghosts would be on the other side of the world. Ain't concerned with none of it. I don't care none of that stuff, but I'm just being real. You don't know me. You don't know me. Dude got to put on a Versace shirt to try to get a girl. But I'm going to I'll come scoop your girlfriend up right now in this old crusty Tesla T. She going to look over and be like, Ghost, why you wearing that? I'm going to say, baby, don't worry about it. And she ain't going to say nothing else about it. I had a time of her life. She going to be texting you while she in this BMW with me. And she going to be telling you she ain't coming back to you no more. She gonna be thinking about breaking up with you. The only reason she won't break up with you is because she know I won't be with her for real and get serious with her. Boy, stop playing with me. I come take your mama from your daddy. For real, boy, let me stop, boy. Y'all don't know Ghost, man. You don't know. You know, some of this I should probably do. She probably one of my ex-homegirls. She probably know me for real, though. She just on here acting like she's somebody else. But see, like, let me go ahead and add her as moderator. I think I know who she is. I think I know who you are, baby girl. You feel me? Shoot. People on here playing with the AI, man. I'm just bored, man, but I'm going to have to get down here in a few minutes, though. I got some stuff that I need to get on and take care of. Barefoot and bare shirted. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm from. I'm from the beach. I'm a black hippie. Long hair, don't care, boy. Call me fat, so I couldn't take your girl from you, though. I'm serious, though. Bro, you know, already half of y'all dudes know y'all boring and y'all lame. Y'all have no motion. Y'all have no action. You talking about a dude that done been all over the world, all over America the last 6 months. Bro, you know how much fun your girl have if I come scoop her up at 7 o'clock. Hey, be real. Be real. Some of these girls, they remember some of the best time they got their memories. As soon as you say my name, they gonna lay face a light up, start talking about the stuff we done when I was with them. If I say it's 7 o'clock on the dot, I'm in my BMW cruising the streets. Oh yeah, looking for your girl. I got a real pretty little thing that's waiting for me. And it's your girl. Come on. Hey, come on, bro. Real talk. On everything. Democrats do not care about you. The Democrats don't care. The GOP don't care about you either. Jesus the one who care about you. I'm just being real with you. The Democrats don't care about you. The Republicans don't care about you. Who care about you for real is the Lord Jesus Christ. I've been brainwashed by Fox News. Y'all, that's my time, man. I told y'all, man, that I really believe in my heart. Jesus, he don't just love me, man. He love you. He loved every last one of us. You know what I'm saying? Jesus came to this earth. He suffered. He bled on the cross for our sins. The blood that Jesus shed on the cross, it pays for our sins. His blood washes us whole. It cleanses us of all of our iniquity. All you have to do, man, is just go to a quiet room, bro. You could get on your knees, man, and you could pray directly to God, and you can ask him if you want a difference and a change in your life. You could go straight to God. You could ask him to forgive you of your sins. You could ask him to save your soul from hell. You don't have to join no church. You don't have to be a religious person. You don't have to do none of that stuff they doing in church, man. All you got to do is ask God to forgive you of your sins. And that's how you get saved, man. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I wake up every single day, bro. I say, this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Oh, yeah. Hey, bro, it's a lot of days coming up real soon where I will be rejoicing and I will be glad in it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot way sooner than July. I could promise you that. Them 3 months they talking about in July, oh, that's just bonus money. There, you looking for some payment in July. That's just one case. I'm going to get paid off another case and another case, a case before that and a case after that. That's just one case, boy. God said, I know the plans that I have for thee. He going to prosper me and he going to give me an expected end. And it's going to be right in front of your face. Just like when I got the last bread I got. In May, bro, you know what I'm saying? Largest check in my life. Before that, November of 2024, largest check in my life. You know what I'm saying? God said he prepared the table for me in the presence of my enemies. God gonna do it right in front of my enemies. All y'all who hating and plotting on me, God gonna bless me right in front of your face. He did it before, and he about to do it again. You feel that? That's why I trust and believe in my Jesus. Christ is King. Christ is King. Your boy Ghost Rider stand 10 feet, all 10 toes, 10 feet on everything I believe. Real talk. Christ is King, man. I love y'all. Tomorrow morning, President Trump and the creation of the new millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Stock market here, numbers it never hit before. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, talking about that affordability. You know what I'm saying? So we look at it both sides, fair and balanced, bro. I ain't picking no sides. Stop killing American citizens. But in the meantime, I'm not going to hate on President Trump or dislike him personally. Just get that right. Fire Gomer Powell, fire whoever else you got to fire till they understand the point. And just get it right, y'all. This is our country. We love our country. This land is your land, it's my land. From California up here to the New York Island. That's Big Ghost Rider, man. I'll see y'all soon, man. I love y'all.